Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blah, blah, blah. We fucking them with that solar energy, nigga. We young, nigga. Fucking them with that solar energy, nigga. That sun hitting different this year, nigga. It feel good. Y'all can't tell me when you step outside that sun don't feel good on your skin. It do for me, nigga. I hate the cold. I hate cold air and all that shit, nigga. Like, nigga, my house stay a nice 75 to 76 degrees in this bitch because I don't like cold air, bro. Niggas come out. The only time I like cold air is if I'm overheating. You feel me? If my body is overheating. But that's never the case because I'm always in the fucking heat. My body used to it. So, hey, niggas come to my crib. I'm sorry. Niggas be like, oh, man, turn on the air, man. Go lose some weight. How about that? You feel me? Anyways, we got some shit to deal with. I don't know why my camera is like, let me move it a little bit some. There we go. I don't know why my shit is like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened to my layout, but it's a lot of things taking place, a lot of things going on. I hope y'all doing good. Oh, let's not forget the intro. Peace to all the guys and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses, chiefs and priests of the motherfucking land, nigga. Of the motherfucking land, nigga. Where you from, nigga? Where you from, nigga? You ain't from nowhere, nigga. You can't be from nowhere because you're everywhere, my nigga. This is our home, nigga. Oh, as a matter of fact, I do want to read up on the comment before we get started with anything. I'm gonna pull this comment up that was on my video, one of my videos recently. Hold on, let me show you something. Hold on, I got y'all. Give me a second. Let me get y'all right. This, man. Let me get y'all right. So I gotta read this real quick, right? Can y'all see this? Okay, good. It was somebody that made a comment on one of my videos. I just want to read this out for y'all. So, because, you know, I was explaining the video, but, you know, what happened with scientists. It was a bunch going on in this video, right? But futuristica, you might need to work on that. Technologies. There are 4 factions: the yellows, the blues, the greens. The yellows, the blues, and the greens, and who are the good guys, and the reds. The red faction. So I want you to know futuristic. I want you to know everything that I read this last night. Everything that you said in here, I'm already aware of. When you say blues, yellows, greens, and reds, you know what that is, right? That's the 4 elements. The red faction corresponds to what is known as the Illuminati, of course, because their color is red. They're associated with root chakra and sexual energy. The Cabal, Jews, and all that shit. The yellow faction deals with spirituality or metaphysics. The blues work with water, of course, because, you know, when we talking blues, we're talking the throat chakra, which is nothing but spit and throat. You feel me? We're talking the crown chakra, which is, you know, a purple color or a royal blue color, which is your brain is what? 70% water. And then the yellow faction, of course, deals with spirituality or metaphysics, which would be like your airbenders. Red, fire, blue, water. Yellow, air, and then of course green, earth, because he says the greens carry out terrestrial missions in the mountains, on the surface, and underground, and all operate off earth. Since the 1940s, there has been a secret space program called the Legacy Space Force, which official authorities refer to as the Solar Warden. This is no different than the Majestic 12. But which people call secret space programs. We have been present off Earth, on the moon, on Mars, and beyond the solar system that is throughout the galaxy since the 1980s. Humanity is already a spacefaring civilization. China, the United States, and Russia are all present beyond Earth and constitute the major powers. Now, I mean, y'all know me. Y'all take that shit how you want to. Me personally, do I believe? Well, I ain't even gonna say believe. Do I know that China, United States, and Russia are present beyond Earth? Fuck no, because I know they're not present beyond Earth. The only thing present beyond Earth is my people. And constitute the major powers. The brightest minds are taken beyond Earth. For example, people like scientists you mentioned in the video. It's not just scientists. The best in their fields are being taken. Musicians, archaeologists, historians, etc., but not in every field. They won't take someone who studied gender studies. I'm not sure what that means. So the scientists aren't missing, but are off Earth. My boy, I said that in the video. I told you that it wasn't the CIA taking those niggas. I said that. It wasn't the CIA taking those niggas. I told you they got clipped up by ETs. I'm aware of what's going on, my guy. I mean, if we being honest, nigga, I'm not human. So I'm well aware of what's going on. Like, the shit come to me from the sun, the shit come to me in my dreams, and the shit come to me through deep meditations and doing my research as well, my physical research. Now this is something that I like that he put right here, because you know this, I love learning something new. The TR3B is one of the most interesting crafts. They are one of the, and if you don't know what a TR3B is, let me show y'all real quick. These bitches go crazy. This craft interests me right here. This is the shit that was seen in Phoenix, Arizona. They have some of these crafts reach up to, nigga, like, some of these crafts are the size of some of these TR3Bs, and they're not from the government. The reptilians brought these here, nigga. These motherfuckers are, some of these are the size of cities, or half the size of cities. And I seen these in my dream. Like I said, I said this on a video a while back, or a live stream a while back, bro. I had a dream. I was taken to a base off Earth. It's literally on the moon somewhere. It's on the dark side of the moon. And the reason why I know is because when I was on this station, let me show you what the space, let me type in space hangar. This is what it looked like. This is what it looked like. It looked something like this. It looked exactly something like this, but it wasn't like, it was like more industrial, you know, ships and shit. It was a bunch of TR3Bs in it. Here we go. This is how it looked. This is how it looked right here. But Earth was much closer. It wasn't that fucking far. And it looked something like this, but way bigger. And it was a bunch of them. It was a bunch of these right here. It was a bunch of these in there. And they look exactly like this. They got the little thing in the middle, and they got the three things under it. And when I was in this space hangar, I'm seeing Earth. I'm seeing earthly scientists. I'm seeing, and it's not just white science, niggas, black niggas, white scientists. It's all kinds of niggas, human scientists moving in that facility on the moon. I believe it's on the dark. It's either on the front side of the moon or on the dark side. I don't know. I wasn't able to look from an outside perspective or a bird's eye view to see what part of the moon I was on. But when I was in there, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You feel me? I'm seeing niggas moving and working. And then what really caught me was I seen reptilians. 9 foot, 10 foot, some 15 foot. Reptilians moving around that bitch, working hand in hand with them niggas, doing this, some getting in the crafts and leaving out that bitch. And then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know how they didn't know I was there. They should have known I was there. Because when you remote view, astral project, and you try to go to these secret places, they have trained agents, specifically men in black, but they have trained agents in certain trained beings that can remote view and astral project as well, at will. And they protect and guard these places from the unseen realm that's not physical. So when I was there, I'm like, bro, they should be detecting my energy signature, but whatever brought me there, it was able to hide my energy signature so I can see what the fuck is going on. And when I seen Earth outside the head, I'm like, we on the moon. I was like, we ain't that fucking far. We on the moon, bro. This either the fucking space station, or whatever they talk about, or we on the moon. Because the Earth was right. When I looked outside the space hangar and I looked down, I'm like, yeah, that bitch right there. I can just jump on this bitch. I mean, that'll be a long trip down. You feel me? That'll probably be a long trip down. Probably take me about a day or two to hit that motherfucker. But yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, damn. You feel me? We right here. We gotta be on the moon. So, when he brought this up right here, the leading company in this field is called Teledyne Ryan, or Ryan Aeronautical, who is behind the TR3B Manta, an acronym for the Teledyne Ryan 3 Black Manta. Therefore, there are several ways to go into space, what are known as special projects or black projects, but those in the know refer to them as black projects or the black world, since no one can prove their existence. You can go into space by being among the best in the military, by working for private companies like Lockheed Martin and all them niggas. Not just tech companies, but also others specializing in nutrition. And I don't talk about McDonald's or KFC, aka fake food. They label people, but look, bro, I'm gonna stop you right there. Anybody can go to space, bro. I've been to space. You know how many planets and dimensions I done been to, bro? I'm just saying, that's just off of dreams, nigga. That's just off of going to sleep at night, nigga. You feel me? So anybody can access. It's not, nobody on this earth is useless. Nobody on this earth doesn't have a purpose, bro. Everybody on this bitch got a purpose. Everybody unique in their own way, and everybody has the ability to tap into these universal powers that just exist everywhere amongst the cosmos. This is universal knowledge. They label people like us, but especially general public who are unaware of this, as people in the bubble, the world of clowns, of the white world, because we live in a quarantine world on Earth, oblivious to the real world technologies being presented to the entire world. This stems from technology transfers. That is exchange of technologies from the black world to the white world. People like Elon Musk and SpaceX are part of these programs. I only search study subject, but I'm done writing. Whoever's in the best and most important fields, not gender studies, will not even be considered for leaving Earth. Anyone, regardless of the financial situation, race, gender, or X work, can go off world. All it takes is to be different from others. What do you know, or what can you do that makes you more likely to be selected? All it takes is to be different from others. About that, not. I mean, I get what you mean. I guess everybody like on a hive mind from society and shit, but everybody different from each other regardless, bro. Genetics, like we're not gonna exclude genetics. And then he said, if anyone is reading this comment are interested in leaving Earth or even staying on Earth but working in underwater cities, let me know and I'll explain in detail what you need to do to be selected. Good luck with that to anybody that does that. I don't need to do that because I'm already tapped in with what I'm tapped in with, and that's just being tapped into myself, nature, and the sun. As long as I'm tapped into the titans themselves that created everybody around this motherfucker, as long as I'm tapped into mama and father in the sky that shines on us every day, I'm good, nigga. I don't need. And two, me personally, I've already told people, I don't give a fuck about white people, Arab, Chinese. If y'all want to go off Earth, do what y'all gotta do. Find where y'all want to go, do what y'all. But my people, we staying right here. It's home, nigga. This is home. I'm sorry. This is home. I'm not leaving this beautiful realm, nigga. The only reason you niggas tired of Earth is because of the niggas that's on Earth. Who's on Earth running this bitch? Colonizers. That's the only reason y'all tired of this shit. But guess what? Their time is up. Their time is up. Their time is... Hold on. Y'all think I'm playing? Their time is up. Let me show you something. Sunblood. Yes, sir. Sunblood. I'm glad I got these hoes. I got some new instruments for y'all. I couldn't pull up the old one. I was able to find one of the old ones and get it to work. But the other two, they're retired. Where they at? Geospace. Look, it says retired. So they stopped updating these. Solar winds. I can't even check the solar wind velocity no more, nigga. Because it's retired. The last information we had was 2025 of last year. So I got this new junk. First of all, I'm just gonna play this. Look at this shit here. Look. Ooh. Wait for it. Watch this. This shit finna hit so hard it's finna freeze the shit. Watch this shit. Hold on, wait for it. Where is that? Look how it's glitching out. That motherfucker glitching out. There we go. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at that shit, nigga. God damn, look, that shit hit so. Where's our magnetic barrier? It's gone. And look, it hit so hard. If you look right here, it hit so hard, it paused the shit. We're getting hit with solar radiation so hard, it's fucking up the equipment. Look at this. Look at it. Oh, did you see that? Look how nasty this shit get. This shit look like, you know what this shit look like, bro? You know what this shit look like? Cymatics. That's exactly what that shit look like. It look like this. That shit look like that. Hold on, let's bring that over here. That shit look like that. You can't tell me that don't look like this, nigga. Look at that. Nigga, we're getting, nigga, what is, something is making love to the earth. God damn. Did you see that? Hold on, where is that? Oh my god. Ooh. You see this? I ain't gonna lie. Y'all, let me make sure y'all see this shit. Yeah, y'all see this shit, nigga. Nigga, do y'all see this? Wow. You can't make this shit up. This is why, let me go. Shout out Mr. MB33. Shout out Mr. MB33. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. More booms. Is this it? Hold on. Because he did a UV reading recently, and I want to find that bitch real quick.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day.
And why are people hearing loud booms? Y'all remember, I spoke on this on my last video. Remember, it's a bunch of shit going on underground. Niggas is hearing random ass loud booms. This is not military bases conducting shit. There is shit happening under your feet. There is shit happening under your feet. This is why I said their food source, these entities, they sacrificial and sex, trafficking all these babies and organ harvesting all these babies and black babies and women, white babies and white women and any other race of one. They're taking all the women and the children, bro. And young men that's in there between the ages of like 16 to, I say up to 30, bro, because your organs, a nigga in his prime between 16 to 30, nigga, your organs are working at optimal efficiency, nigga. So, yeah, the reason why niggas is hearing loud booms is because there's shit happening under your feet. Let's look at this. Let's look at some of these videos, right?
Right over.
Why is my headphones not? Oh, wait, hold on, my bad, y'all. Hold on. There we go.
Over here that remains stationary, doesn't move. I'm going to zoom in on this thing, whatever it may be. And I know from here it looks like a little cloud, right? Well, it's not a cloud. It's got some sort of a vapor trail, a persistent vapor trail coming out of the
Look, watch the movie Note. Watch the movie Note.
The backside of this thing.
Y'all remember in the movie Note that it hit that one cloud, it never moved, and it always stayed right above that mountain because that ship was disguising itself as a cloud. They are not. I'm just saying these clouds. Some of these clouds ain't clouds, nigga.
Thing that would be the left-hand side. I'm assuming that's the back. I don't know. It's kind of at an angle in the sky, as you'll see here in a minute when we zoom in. Again, this is not a cloud. It remains in the submitted by Mike, and this is the original. I zoomed in on it, and you can see the perfect square in the daytime sky above Alberta. Thanks for the photos and videos, guys. Keep them coming if you guys have.
I was trying to see. Okay, bet. Where did he do the fucking? Where did he do the fucking? Damn, I can't find it, bro. Cause he did a UV. I seen it on Kali. I was watching Kali yesterday. He went on his channel and he did a UV reading. And Mr. MB33 stays in Arizona. So, it get crazy out there with that heat. And Mr. MB33, he was getting so let me show y'all something, right? UV level chart, right? Let me show you something, bro. As a matter of fact, I can check my phone right now. Let me see. What's the UV index for today in Austin, Texas? Let me see. So right now we got a UV reading. But see, on the Apple iPhone, it says 8. But I believe if I had my own UV index like handheld device, I'm pretty sure it's higher than the 8 right now. And it's only 12 o'clock. We ain't even in the peak of day yet. So I want to show you something. So right now, look. Right now, right? We are in an 8. Now, when Mr. MB33 did his UV reading in Arizona, he was getting a fucking 15. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find that shit for y'all real quick. Give me a second. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find that shit for y'all real quick. Hold on. Because I was watching the Elder yesterday, and when he showed Mr. MB33, Mr. MB33 showed that goddamn... He showed that goddamn UV reading. I was like, Lord Jesus. Oh, I can't skip through it. Damn, I be forgetting I can't skip through the brother videos because I'm, on Instagram. Okay, so fuck it. I won't be able to find that video, but it had to be recent. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find that. Freaked out by the sheer size of these things. People out there where they're seen. Hold on. Because he did a UV reading. Damn, man. Which one was it? It had to be. Let me see. No, we did that one. We just did this video with the loud booms and shit. Oil refinery erupts in Port Arthur, Texas. Oh, God. Get ready for the gas to go up, y'all. Let me see. Man, he said he's gonna be doing these hoes every day.
Okay, now we're going back to Texas. We're going to a different part of Texas. I'm gonna take.
God damn it, MB, Mr. MB, you said you was gonna be doing these bitches every day. What's up with that, man? Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Check his short. Let me check his shorts. Pause. Fuck. So yeah, I can't find it. I'll go back later and look for it, and then like upload a little clip of it. But yeah, Mr. MB33 did a UV reading in Arizona, and he was getting a 15. Bro, that's scary for them. that's good for me. But he was getting a 15. UVA and UVB 15. That's 5 more away from 2. I don't think I've ever seen a 20. I don't think I've ever seen a 20 on a UV reading. If I ever see, I think we're going to see a 20 this year everywhere in a lot of places, bro. So look, right now, currently, let me show y'all the UV. Let me show y'all the UV index right now where I'm at. Right, UV index, Austin, Texas. Right now, we're at an 8, and it's supposed to go up to a 9. Ooh wee. Let me see UV index. Let me see where Arizona do be hot. Let me see what's going on in Arizona. They at a low right now. Oh hell no, they at an 8 too. God damn. So, anyways, but yeah, he was getting a UV index of 15. Look at this. This is the chart. 6 to 7. High protection essential. You know, long sleeve shirt or whatever. You know, umbrella and shit that they be rocking. Protection required, moderate, maybe a little bit of. I recommend y'all don't use sunscreen. Please use something like fucking coconut oil or some shit. You feel me? Because sunscreen, that's just like throwing grease on you and then throwing yourself in the pot. The sunscreen is making it worse for y'all. 1 to 2 low, no protection required. So some, you know, that's regular shit. But right now, extra protection, extreme. Anything past a 10, stay the fuck indoors, nigga. Stay the fuck indoors, nigga. So that and Mr. MB33, like I said, he was getting a UV index of 14 in Arizona in March. We not even in summer yet. So it's gonna get. I'm talking about. Y'all thought the past 3 summers was hot. This might be the worst summer for a lot of people. I'm gonna be honest with you. This might be the worst. Not for me. This gonna be the best summer for me. But for others that can't deal with this sun, this is going to be the worst summer possible. This probably be the worst summer in history for y'all. I'm gonna be honest. We are going to see UV indexes of 11 and more, 15 and more all summer, bro. And it's already starting now in March. So let me break y'all down. So I got my charts. Like I said, look at this shit. Cooking. And what is it square? And if you really look. Hold on, wait, can y'all see this? Okay, yeah. My bad. Hold on. Oh, here we go. If you really look. Hey. The fuck? Get this shit out my face. If you really look, right? Can I get that square off the fucking screen? I don't think I can. Look at that shit. We are covered in this shit. And look, this is another thing y'all not really recognizing, bro. We don't even have to get hit. Oh, shit. Hold on. We don't even have to get hit with all this solar wind shit no more. Look, the fucking Earth. I don't know if the Earth. I think the Earth is emitting its own cosmic radiation. Look at this shit. We not even worried about this shit right here that's coming from space and hitting us. And look, our fucking dome, whatever that's supposed to be, the magnetic barrier, that shit is constantly covered in this shit. And then there's certain parts where it's removed off screen. So I truly believe our ozone layer is that whole done. And like I said, if you look right here on Earth, the black side is the nighttime side, the white side is the daytime side, right? If the energies is coming from this side where the sun is supposed to be at, what the fuck is coming from the back side? That's where most of this energy is coming from. But like I said, if you look right here on the edges, this is in our atmosphere. This is below. Nigga, we're getting energies below the satellites. There's energy coming off of the Earth. So I believe the Earth is releasing all that energy that's been stored in the ocean. Now the Earth is finally releasing it. So you gotta think about this. This is a lot of fucking heat. The ocean is releasing heat. You got all these concrete jungles around here, cities and shit, downtowns with the big glass buildings reflecting all that heat back onto the concrete. It's gonna get hot. It's gonna be hot, nigga. Then you got the sun cranking up. So the Earth is releasing heat out of her oceans, out of her womb. You got our cities that is absorbing all this solar radiation and heat. That's adding on with the fucking heat being released from the oceans that's heating up the atmospheric environment around us. And then last but not least, you got the great sun itself sitting down these motherfucking energies, nigga. And it's finna be, it's finna be Mr. Tenderism around this bitch. It's finna be fresh off the bone around this motherfucker. So look, this is under, you see this right here, this line. This line is the path that these two satellites follow. GOES 18 and GOES 16. These are two different space satellites that keep track of these energies. And if you look right here, I don't know what the fuck this square is. Whatever it is, I need NASA to explain this because we're obviously encased in something. Something is encasing us. If this is not no glitch or none of this shit, bro. Because if it was, they would have been removed this shit. No, this is something, right? And it looks like cymatics. There is something encasing the Earth right now. Quarantine, maybe? Who knows? But like I said, under the satellites, below the satellites, we're getting cosmic energy on the surface of the planet. Look at this. You see this little yellow right here? This is on the surface. This is not even coming from space. This is coming from the planet itself. So it's really getting greasy around this bitch, my guy. So let me play that bitch for you one more time. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's free. Look at the red. Look at the colors. Look at the red. Look, we're getting high levels of radiation on the surface, bro. It's literally producing off the surface of the Earth. That's some crazy work. And then look at that shit. Look at that shit just getting moist. Look at the barrier. Look at the magnetic barrier getting that bitch. That bitch doing a Harlem shake. Look at this white line right here. This is supposed to be our dome, our magnetic barrier that protects us from this. The sun is on this side. The white side is the sun side, daytime. What the fuck is on the back? And what is on the back of us that is giving us severe back shots? I'm curious. What is giving us them back shots? And then look at the squiggly line. Look, that bitch doing a Harlem shake. And then it keep freezing up. It's freezing up because the energy is too strong. Them satellites can't handle that energy, bro. Look at that. The back side is just going crazy. Cymatic. Look at them cymatics, nigga. Oh my god. So now I got these other ones right here, right? This is the total electron content. This is the amount of electrons that are hitting the fuck out of us right now. Look at this. So when you see this, right? This is the daytime, right? This is when the sun, so you're gonna see it move to the left and then it's gonna come out from this side over here. So I'm gonna explain it as it move, right? So we gotta let it load. Hold on. So you see this? You see how it's blue right here? This is the nighttime. Nigga, we're barely even getting breathing room. Look at this. This is nighttime right here. This is when the moon and shit is out. We're barely even getting breathing room on this planet. Barely even getting breathing room during nighttime. Look how skinny this shit is. I mean, maybe the tops and the bottoms and, they cool or whatever. But this is the amount of electrons that are hitting the planet. And these electrons, they hit your body, bro. They hit your body. And you got plasma, something called plasma density. So sometimes these electrons can be big as shit, or they can be real small as shit. It's on a microscopic level. So when I say big as shit, it's not like a fucking golf ball. Well, I don't know. You can't see energy. We can't see that shit with the naked eye. So some of them plasma electrons, them motherfuckers be like golf ball size and they hitting your body, or sometimes they can be miniature size. And it depends on the speed too. You have something called velocity, which means speed, how fast they're coming in. Sometimes these electrons are coming in fast and big, or sometimes they're coming in slow and big. And then sometimes they're coming in small and fast, and sometimes they're coming in slow and small. But look, we're getting hit with the highest levels of electron content everywhere. And it's moving up. It's coming to a point. Most of this shit is spreading. It's coming to a point the north and the south is gonna be getting covered in this because this shit is spreading. And look, clapping, nigga, clapping. Niggas is barely getting breathing room. And then I do have these other charts right here with Antarctica. I'm not sure what the fuck these are about. I see ion, so maybe ionized particles. I see an E plus I, maybe electrons. That's smashing the shits. And then E right here, electron. So yeah, god damn. I don't know what the fuck is going on down there in Antarctica, but apparently there's some energy going on here. So y'all take that how y'all want to. I still got to figure out what the fuck these charges about. And then you have something called a total electron content. This is basically just the same as this. This is just the same as this, but it's just a little bit more detailed. Where's my magnifiers? I'm trying to zoom in on this so y'all can see this. See, it's just a little more detailed. And then you see all the fucking, I don't know what these dots are. Yeah, I'm not sure what those dots are, but you see all, this is all the energy, total electron content. That's what tech means. Total, or it says it right here, total electron content. These are the amount of electrons that are moving with the sun. But if you look down here, that shit red. So it's getting greasy with that shit. So yeah, I thought I'd show y'all that, as well as the, we can look at the Enlil radar. LOL is Enlil. And we did get hit with, we barely was missed by a CME. I think that's a CME I think that's a CME, but we got hit with just the edge of it because you can see the plasma density. This is what I was talking about. How the density, how big the fucking ionized particles is. Excuse me. But for some reason on stereo A, I don't know why, on stereo A, it says the plasma density went up. So, and it right here shows that we're not getting hit by anything. I don't know. Maybe they hide certain shit. I don't know. But for some reason, the plasma density went up. And then the velocity, that's how fast they're moving. 600 kilometers per second. Not per mile. Not per feet. Not per meter, nigga. Per second. That's fast, nigga. 600. So let's do it. What is in miles, right? Jesus Christ. Oh no. Well, shit. 600 kilometers per second. How fast? How long? So yeah, I was right. 372 miles per hour. So that's faster than a Bugatti, goddammit. And then sometimes it can reach up to 800. You feel me? It gets higher than that. So it's probably a little higher than that actually. So that's how fast these particles are coming in and smacking the shit out of us. Not physically, but anatomically on a cellular level, aka quantum level. Events of solar winds. So yeah, it's showing the solar winds and shit. So I think this will be the solar winds down here too. So yeah, can y'all? Oh, let me make sure y'all can. Okay, I had to make sure y'all can see all that. So yeah, there's a lot going on, man, with the sun. It's cranking up. Y'all seen that shit I just showed y'all? That motherfucker going doomy, nigga. And we already got UV indexes of 8, 11, 14, 15, and on up, and it's only March. Usually it's still kind of cool around this time. The UV be about a cool 5 to 6. Then summer it crank up about to an 8, 9, 10. But no, we're seeing levels of 15, 10, 11. And look, let me show y'all again. When you got a UV index of fucking more than 11, more than 10, stay indoors. Stay indoors, nigga. Stay indoors, nigga. That shit gonna hit. So I got this video for y'all that I'm gonna play. I want to play this shit for y'all. It's funny as hell, right? I'm gonna just play this shit. Oh, my bad.
A historic vote at the United Nations on slavery.
I'm just saying. First of all, look at the fucking numbering going on here. First, just look at the fucking numbering right here. Look at this. Item 11.9.9.11. They warning y'all. They warning y'all, niggas, something's coming. So I just want to show y'all something, right? Why does it take what we was enslaved since 1600s, 1500s? They was fighting us, but they couldn't fuck with us. 1600s they came with viruses and shit to get us out the way and enslave us. 1700, 1800, 1900, 2000. It took you 400. No, my bad. It took you almost 500 years, nigga. It took the world. It took the fucking world. I don't give a fuck about no other race of person except my people right now. And when I say my people, that includes Africans, Jamaicans, Black Americans, aka the true Indians, the Afro-Latinas and Hispanics down in Brazil and Mexico, your original Asiatics out there in Asia, and your Aboriginals out there in Australia and Indonesia. Those are my people, bro, because we share the same hair and skin. We just speak different languages. It took niggas 500 something years to finally recognize that trafficking of enslaved Africans, babies, women, and kids, it took y'all that long to finally realize that was the biggest crime against humanity? You see how they're trying to... See, don't let this fool y'all, bro. I see through the fucking bullshit. Don't let them fool y'all. They're trying to pander to you niggas. And you gonna have some niggas, oh yeah, you know, they finally recognize it. Oh, we finna get them reparations. What the fuck you need reparations for? Nigga, they giving you reparations at the worst time possible. They gonna give reparations right before explosions and shit and the grid collapse. That's what they gonna do. That's how they move. They gonna give you reparations, and then right when you get them, the grid collapse. The money ain't worth nothing no more. The fuck we need reparations for? Fuck that. We don't want niggas want reparations for money. If they gonna reparation us anything, how about you leave our land, go back to where you're from, Europe, Spain, Rome, because that's where a lot of these motherfuckers come from. How about y'all go back home and leave us here on our own? Y'all can take everything. You can take your money, you can take your military equipment, you can take your society, you can take your education system, you can take your video games, you can take your nice cars, you can take your entertainment, you can take all that shit with you back to Rome, Europe, Scotland, Spain. You can take all that, Ukraine, you can take all that shit back over here and just leave black people on our own to figure it out for ourselves. Nobody never asked this question. If white people hate us so much, and when I say white people, I'm not just talking about American white people. I'm talking about the American white people, and the American white people ain't even from here. Y'all ancestors is from Britain. Nigga, George Washington was from Britain. He was a 33rd degree Freemason that was sent over here to become the president and rule over the 13 colonies. Look it up. Y'all not even so the British motherfuckers, the Spain motherfuckers, the Roman motherfuckers, Italian and shit from the Vatican and shit. All of y'all are considered white. You're considered Caucasian. Whether you like it or not, you're a Caucasoid. So when I say white, I'm not just talking about the motherfuckers here in America. I'm talking everywhere. But specifically to you motherfuckers here in America, and I'm not going hard at you white people that really fucks with us. Y'all speak out against y'all own people. Cool. Do what you need to do. But to the other motherfuckers that still gonna fuck shit, they jealous of us because they don't have our genetics, and they're so erratic and mad that the fact that we're biologically compatible with the earth. They want that. They know our skin is nice. They know our hair is nice. That's why they want to be like us. They want to do everything like us. They want to utilize us for every of their systems and shit. To you feel me? Let's be for real. And another reason why white people are so highly scared and defensive right now, because they see we waking up. And the reason why they're so scared of our awakening, because they believe we're going to enslave them the same way they did us. Bro, we don't want nothing to do with y'all niggas. What's going to happen during our awakening is we're going to separate more and more from you, and y'all are not going to like that because y'all know y'all need us, bro. Let's be real. We have a spending power of $16 trillion. We have some of the most brightest minds in our race. We have some of the most resilient, powerful, intelligent, wise, insightful motherfuckers amongst the black population of the world, not just America, of the world. We are cut different. Our genetics is superior. We have no recessive genes. Recessive genes do not exist in black people. Black people around the world have the dominant apex gene. This is why anybody that come and fuck us, y'all baby, our baby, comes out looking more like us. What does that mean in science? We have the dominant gene. Does that make us superior to y'all? Fuck no. Does it make us better than y'all? Fuck no. Because we are humble people. But you're going to have these egotistical black motherfuckers that's going to be, oh yeah, you know, we better than y'all. We better than... To those motherfucking black folks, y'all got something coming to you too. Oh yeah, nobody's escaping this shit. Nobody is going nowhere. That's why I showed you that comment from that nigga, futuristic technology. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. You should just stop commenting on my channel at this point. You don't know what I know or what I'm capable of. But I'm here to tell you, nobody's leaving off world, bro. You just literally said that Earth is quarantined. If Earth is quarantined, what does that mean? That means niggas is sick with something. That means they can't leave until this shit is dealt with or it will spread. So why would niggas be getting taken off Earth if we're quarantined? I'm just saying, make that make sense to me. Just make that make sense to me. And I already spoke, I speak heavy against that shit. Niggas talking about, oh, we're getting on the mothership and going here, going there. No, the fuck you ain't. I told you the only motherfuckers that'll leave off world to be somewhere in full peace like heaven is kids. Them the only motherfuckers that would be considered being taken off of Earth to be put somewhere where they can be groomed back into a heavenly being to where they can create a heavenly society. And if you go watch season 4 of Invincible and watch episode 4 when he meets up with the dark blood demon and they go to the underrealm. There was so much truth right there. When they was falling down that bottomless pit and they was talking to each other. Really, that whole episode with Invincible and the Dark Blood Demon, the little detective demon. If y'all watch the show Invincible, y'all know what I'm talking about to my young niggas. Go watch that episode, season 4, episode 4, when you link up with the demon, and the whole time they are talking about the history of humanity, it get deep. And the main thing that stuck with me, what that demon said, he said, he said, all you humans, or he called them surface dwellers. He said, look, if you surface dwellers really want heaven, stop focusing on looking for a heaven in the sky, an imaginary heaven in the sky, and make heaven on earth. When he said that shit, boy, I stood up, nigga. Boy, I was like, that nigga taught, and he was a demon. A so-called demon. You know, demons is, it get weird. Niggas only call something demon that they don't understand, or that they fear and don't understand. So like I was saying, this demon told Invincible, he said, y'all surface dwellers. He said, when you get back up there, bro, he said, you can make change, bro. You can make heaven on earth. That's what he was telling them before he left. He said, you can make heaven on earth. He said, to you surface dwellers, stop focusing on an imaginary heaven on the sky and make it on earth. Because that's where heaven truly exists, in the mind. Woo! Woo! What the fuck? Why would they be? That's a superhero show. And I get it, he in the demon realm and shit like that, you know, religion. I get it. I get why they kind of threw that up in there. But it's still, why would he need to say something that deep? Why would they put that in the show telling niggas, hey, stop worrying about a heaven in the sky? And remember, most of the word heaven is associated with cosmos. So when you hear niggas talk, when they was talking the heavens, that's a medieval term. Look it up. The heavens is an old fucking word that came from the medieval age, from Caucasoids. And when they were saying the heavens, they weren't talking about some imaginary place in the sky. No, when they said the heavens, they were talking the stars, the cosmos, space. But when we talking about a utopian society, when people say, oh, when people talk about heaven nowadays in modern days with the religious shit, oh, heaven. When we talking about that term of heaven, or that meaning of heaven, with not the cosmos, but the religious meaning, that meaning just means utopia, a utopia reality. What is a utopia? A place where it's pure peace, no wars, everybody fed, everybody eating, everybody rich, everybody happy, everybody have low cortisol levels, the birth rates are going, the birth rates is popping, everybody healthy. That's a utopia. That's a place that has to be built by the mind first. You're not. That's why the religious shit gets on my fucking nerves. He's like, oh, if you die, if you don't repent now, you're not gonna go to heaven. Bitch, where is this heaven you talking about? Oh, if you don't repent, you're gonna go to hell. Bitch, we in hell already. They're eating babies. They're eating babies. They're poisoning the food. They're putting microplastic in male testicles because all the microplastics in the food and all that shit. You get what I mean? They're fucking killing us. They're experimenting on us. They don't give a fuck about us, and they're eating our babies. We're in hell. Do you niggas not get it? Look at me real quick. Y'all niggas got, before I play this video, you got, look, I'm emitting so much heat right now, I'm starting to sweat, nigga. Do you niggas not get we're in hell already? I was talking to a young nigga on the game last night, bro. We was just talking it up. And you know, he was like, he said something like that. I said something, and he was like, oh, I was like, damn, I forgot what I said. I said something, and then he turned around and said, oh, he's like, oh no. I was like, yo, I said, you know, I forgot what I said, but he was like, oh, I'm gonna go to, he's like, I'm gonna go to hell or some shit like that. Or no, I said something about sending him something, and he was like, oh, you gonna send me to hell or some shit like that. I said, I told him the mic. I turned on my mic. I said, nigga, we already in hell. I said, what do you mean? We already in hell. And bro hopped on the mic, and he was like, nigga, you right. He was like, nigga, I thought I was the only one that think like that. I was like, yeah. I'm like, it makes sense we're in hell already because they're eating baby. There's so much sick shit on the planet. It only makes sense we're already in hell. Think about it. We're in the most lowest vibrational dimension, which is the solid realm. The physical realm where the last shit takes place. So when niggas see a war take place, or when niggas see some shit and some type of global event take place, it already took place in the astrals first, which will be the gas realms and the plasma realms, scientifically, when we're talking about the phases of matter. We're in hell. You niggas want to talk about heaven. When you die, nigga, you're not going nowhere. You're going to go into that light, and they're going to fool your ass by having a fake, because reptilians can shapeshift. They're going to shapeshift into one of your family members, bro. And they're going to lead you into that light. And they're gonna fill you up with so much shit that's gonna create these attachments to you, to the real world, so hard that you're gonna reincarnate yourself back here. Nobody forces you to reincarnate, bro. You reincarnate yourself. There's 3 ways you can reincarnate yourself back here. You can say forcefully when they fool your dumb ass to go into the light, or they fool you with so much shit in the physical realm to make you have these deep attachments and deep physical desires to this physical plane. Another way is some niggas choose to come back down here to try to save others and help others as many as they can, and then get back up out of here. And then last but not least, you got new niggas that just end up here. New souls and shit that end up here. They ain't never been to this planet before. They just end up here. You feel me? That's natural. That's kind of natural around the cosmos. New souls gonna always end up somewhere. That's natural. So whether you like it or not, reincarnation is real. And if you don't want to reincarnate back here, you feel me? I don't have a problem with reincarnating back on Earth because I know what Earth was. I lived the golden age, nigga. I know what that shit was like. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, nigga. Nigga, I lived for a long time. I ain't gonna get deep into it, nigga. But nigga, the golden age was beautiful, bro. It was. There were so many kingdoms that were thriving, bro. And I chose to come back here during the dark age. I said, okay, I lived enough of these golden ages. I need a challenge, bro. I know myself. I love challenges. I love putting myself to the test. It's always who I've been. And I said, fuck it, nigga. Dark age. I said, okay, we going to the dark age. Bet. Send me down there. I'm finna guide as many niggas as I can. And I'm finna get my own spiritual development as well because I need it. Because this dark age is going to have new things and new events that didn't happen before that will give me new spiritual growth that I need. It's all about spiritual growth in the cosmos. That's what keeps this shit not getting boring. So I chose to come back. Some of y'all niggas, y'all got bamboozled to come back. And that's not their fault. That's your fault from having too many physical attachments and desires. I told you I can die happy and be good with where I'm at. Waking the souls that I woke, guiding the souls that I guided back, and not even just waking them up, guiding them back to their own source. I told you I don't want nobody calling me a teacher or none of that. Call me a reminder, because we're right now we're coming into remembering all this information that's coming out. Remember, nothing is new under the sun. So all this information is nothing new. We're just remembering what was lost and forgotten. That's all. That's all. We just remembering, man. So, whether niggas like it or not, reincarnation happens, bro. Simple as that. And if you don't want to reincarnate here, learn to disattach from this world as much as possible, bro. Fuck all that material shit. You can't take it with you when you leave. I mean, you could leave energetic imprints on the shit for other people that loved you, you know, and they still in the physical realm and they want to keep some kind of remembrance of you. Yeah. But taking anything with you? Fuck no. You can't take none of this with you when this vessel is gone. You back in spirit form. You can't fuck no more. You can't eat food no more. Enjoy this shit while you got it. I done told niggas so many times, enjoy this life while you got it. But make the spiritual growth that you need to do. Take care of responsibility. You can have fun down here, bro. I'm not saying the nigga can't have him a shot of liquor. I ain't gonna lie though. If you got an addiction, that's a different story. You feel me? But at the same time, like I was saying, I'm not here to judge nobody or tell nobody how to live their life, bro. If you want to live your life and how you whatever, bro. But you still got to remember, responsibility needs to be taken care of. And if you neglect that responsibility, that's on you. And what is your responsibility? Reaching the spiritual growth and spiritual development you need, so that way you can roam the cosmos. And you can reincarnate here at will. Not just a nigga bamboozling you, or you got so many physical attachments, or unless you're a new soul, that's different. If you're a new soul, that means you ain't never been to this bitch before, so we can't even count that. But you know, other than that, you can reincarnate here at will. Just be like, fuck it, nigga. You could probably jump in somebody's body if they physical vessel is open enough, because walk-ins do happen on this planet. Somebody can literally take your conscious, remove or not remove it, but they can put you in the back seat, bro, and they take control over from there. And that's for the good or bad. That's whether it depends on your frequency, nigga. If you vibrate at a low frequency, it's some entities that could take over you, put you in the back seat. You having all these thoughts and don't even know why you having them, bro. But if you working on a high frequency, there are high frequency beings that can step in. I wouldn't say they really put you back seat. They put you in the co-pilot. They end up becoming a pilot and you like the co-pilot. So y'all both in the cockpit, but you know, you got the main pilot still managing shit. And telling the co-pilot, hey, check on this, check on that. That's all I need you to do. You feel me? That's how it kind of works. You feel me? And that's just from my own experiences and things that I've been dealing with, seeing, and experiencing on this earth, bro. So let me play this video. I just had to go in on that, bro, because it don't make no sense. Like I said, they're pandering to us right now, talking about the United Nations declares the slave trade gravest crime against humanity. They saying this is the worst crime in human history. They saying it's worse than the Jews, nigga. Nigga, the Jews was getting gas chamber, Holocaust, but it don't compare to all the raping. The reason why they say this is the worst crime against humanity, you want to know why they saying this is the worst crime against humanity? Because they know that the black people are the true children of God. They know they have sexually raped God. They know they have sexually abused God. They know they have physically abused God. They know they have genetically experimented on God. I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about the black man. No, I'm talking about the woman. I'm talking about the child, the black woman and the black child, nigga. Don't get me wrong, the males, we guys too. But if we talking about the true peak, black woman and black child, think about it. The child is the freshest souls from the cosmos. They still have all that godly energy on them, bro. That's why they're so imaginative. You know, that's why they're so playful. They have no fear. Kids don't got no fear for real. I'm not saying it ain't shit that can make them scared, but kids don't got no fear for real. How many kids we don't see do some dumb shit? I mean, you feel me? They don't got no fear. Kid will touch an electric. Nigga, I used to put my tongue on I used to stick my tongue in an electric socket as a baby, nigga. And I used to love the taste of it. I don't know why. You know, I used to put your tongue on them batteries and shit. It tasted like that when I put my tongue. This is when I was a toddler, bro. I had no fear. I didn't know that a fucking electric socket could end my life. As a child, you have no fear. But when you're taught, when your mind is being molded by the adult society and in the world, then you start to gain those fears. Fear is taught. Fear is not I'm not, my bad. I was about to say fear is not natural. Fear is natural because fear keeps you, remember, you don't want to be a dumbass. It's a difference between being brave and being a dumbass. If it's 30 niggas pulling up on you with guns and shit, you the only nigga, hell yeah, you gonna be in fear and get your ass up out of there, nigga. Fear can be used at the right times if you don't let it overcome you. Once you feel that feeling of fear, okay, I know I'm fear. Okay, now let's think. Okay, I understand I'm in fear. Okay, we know that means something's going on. Now let's think on what we need to do so that way we can stop feeling this fear. Don't let this fear overcome me to the point where I don't know what to fucking do now. Now I'm stuck in flight, fight, or freeze. I'm fighting something that I can't even fight. I'm dead. I'm freezing up when I'm supposed to be running. Dead. I'm running when I should be staying still. Dead. Because I don't let this fear overcome me. We are the children of God. They know that they have molested, raped, killed, slaughtered, genetically experimented on, and tried to mix with us to get that immortal gene. What is the immortal gene? The mitochondrial Eve gene, which is only found in black women. They want that, which they can't have. And not only that, they want totipotent stem cells. These are the same stem cells that produce the embryos of babies inside of a woman's womb when the baby is being produced. The physical vessel is being produced. Those stem cells are being found. You want to know where else they can find totipotent pure stem cells? Wisdom teeth. Why you think they always pulling niggas' wisdom teeth? Why you think they got us in these hoods, all this shit around us that can decay our teeth faster so they can take our shit? They take those stem cells out those teeth and they send it to them rich motherfuckers that need new hearts and shit and want to have young skin that look like us. Because they like, damn, how these niggas age so good? Why you think some of these rich motherfucker, white motherfuckers, 50, 40, 70 years old, but still look kind of young? And you know, white people don't age. They age horrible, nigga. They age horrible. So when we see some of these rich motherfuckers that's aging nice, what you think, nigga? They getting organs, stem cells, all that. Y'all will realize this shit is deeper than this. But I don't play this shit. They pandering to niggas. It took niggas 500 years to finally realize this shit. Kiss my ass. This is to pander to black people because they know their time is up. And they know our awakening is at its it's about to reach its max. And they want us to be as friendly as possible with them when we finally realize the fucking embarrassment is on us. When we finally realize we let so much bullshit happen when we could have fought against it. Remember, slavery was a choice. You mean to tell me you gonna let a nigga put some chains and shackles on your motherfucking hands and feet without fighting back? You got me fucked up. That's the shit I never fucking understood when it came to slavery. How the fuck we get put in chains, nigga? You mean to tell me you ain't gonna die about this shit, nigga? You mean to tell me you ain't gonna die about your motherfucking babies, your women, your brothers, nigga? So you niggas who let them niggas put chains on you, fuck you, nigga. I'm sorry. Slavery was a choice. Nigga, I know I was one of the niggas that died before I got put in chains. Nigga, I would kill myself before I let them do that. What was the tribe? What was that one tribe with the slaves when they took over the ship and then they landed the ship on the island and they was like, fuck that. These niggas gonna somehow find us again. We're walking into the ocean and drowning ourselves. That is the realest shit you can do. And it's gonna be some dumb and they ain't have to kill them. So they could have just made a civilization. No, the fuck they couldn't, nigga. Cause niggas was gonna realize that shit was missing and send out 20 fleets of them motherfuckers to find where they was at so they can get their product. Them white people don't play. Niggas in the hood think they gangsters for real. You ain't more gangster than these white folks. You ain't. These motherfuckers eating your babies, nigga. Even the white folk, the regular white folks around you, nigga, they more gangster than you. These niggas be butchering their own family members and shit. You ain't more gangster than them, gang. Slavery was a choice. There's no way niggas is putting me in chains and shackles, nigga. I would kill myself or I would die fighting, nigga. Them niggas gonna have to kill me before they do that. You either dying or I'm dying. What's up? I ain't letting a nigga do shit. Play this bullshit, bro, so I can roll up, bro. I ain't even roll. How long we in? We an hour in. I ain't even rolled up my blunt yet, bro.
Therefore, draft resolution A/80/L48 is adopted.
The UN General Assembly has declared that slavery is the gravest crime against humanity, specifically the enslavement of some 12 million Africans and their descendants through the transatlantic slave trade. The resolution put forward by Ghana was harshly criticized by the United States, where tens of...
And you want to know the crazy thing is? We wasn't brought on ships, gang. I take that back. We wasn't brought on ships from Africa. A lot of my people, 12 million, and a lot of my people, we were brought on ships from the islands. Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, certain parts of Mexico and in Brazil, but mainly the islands, Dominican Republic. That's where a lot of us was brought from, bro. We wasn't brought for no goddamn. Go watch Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway already proved and scientifically proved it is impossible to even do what they did at that time and bring that many people from Africa overseas to over here. Nigga, bro, go watch Dane Calloway. He broke that shit down. We were already here on this land. Even Christopher Columbus, when he came here, he was greeted by red-skinned people that greeted him with beads and I think it was beads and feathers. Because we always show love to people. We are not a hating species. We don't hate nobody, bro. The only reason we appear that way is because we have ancestral rage. We're tired, man. We're tired of niggas like him. We just want y'all to go. Go somewhere else. Leave us alone. Let us make our own black cities again. Black stores, black hospitals, black schools. We've been with y'all long enough. We don't want to see y'all die. We don't want to enslave y'all. We don't want to see y'all hurt. Nigga, we want better for y'all. We want y'all to master this animalistic barbaric behavior y'all have that y'all been displaying for years against my people, killing us, butchering us, hanging us, raping us, anything possible. Even in this fuck system, we get brutalized by police and still can't do shit. And you got motherfucking dumbass black people thinking we free just because you can go get a Rolls Royce, just because you can go get an apartment, just because you go get a job. You're not free. You're not. You're not free, nigga. We just want y'all to go, bro. We have no issues with y'all. We don't, bro. We a lot of that shit. We just tired, bro. That's all. We just tired. We just want y'all to go somewhere else. Leave us alone. And I bet you every US dollar in the fucking currency I bet you every US dollar we will thrive so good without y'all here, bro. We can do the same thing y'all can do. We can build cities the same way y'all can. We can build boats the same way y'all can. We can build military tech the same way y'all can. Most of the shit y'all got stole from us. Y'all stole it from us. And then you patented it and said it's yours and then put a white face on it. Most of the patent shit came from us. Look at the little nigga right now, Julian, the nature jack. He's still doing the plastiline shit. The nigga just got a Rolls Royce to run off of plastiline. We've been great. We've been intelligent. We've been legendary. What can we not do? You took us and forced us in your system, and we run circles around you in your own goddamn system. So we're tired. Take your shit, take your system, take your monetary shit, and get the fuck out of America. Get the fuck out of Mexico. Because a lot of the motherfucking Mexicans down there that got that pink skin, they Caucasoids too. All them gotta leave up out of there. Them real Mexicans is black, nigga. Them real Mexicans down there in Mexico and Brazil and shit is black. They look just like me. I see them all the time here in Texas. But all you Caucasoid ones, y'all need to consider what y'all gonna do. Canada and all that shit, we got some up there too, nigga. Y'all just need to leave. Go back to where you came from. Go back to Spain. Go back to Europe. Take your system with you. Take your Roman circus system with you, bro. Please. And I can bet you every US dollar, my people will thrive. We will begin to accelerate so fast that we will surpass every other country within no more than 30 years. It wouldn't even take us 30 years, bro, to get past half of these countries. And it took these countries millennia. No, my bad, not millennia. That's 1,000 years. It took these, it took these countries centuries to get to where they at. Why is that? Why did it take these countries centuries to get to where they at? Whereas us, it probably I'm gonna push it to a more realistic perspective. It'll probably take us a good century, maybe half, 50 years to 100 years. I take that back. 30 years, bro. 30 years. If we was to be left on our own in this country, bro, it would literally take us 30 years to surpass every country. That's how quick we move. That's how fast we are accelerating as a species of black people. We're not normal like you niggas. Our genetics contain stardust from different realities in solar systems. Like, bro.
Millions of descendants of enslaved Africans live today. We'll be talking about that later on. First, I want to hear the reaction from Ghana. DW correspondent Isaac Kaleji is in the Ghanaian capital, Accra. Isaac, good to see you.
You see that? Bro, this nigga could walk around America right now, and you would think he one of the homies from the hood somewhere. You like, where you from, nigga? From Florida? No, my brother. I'm from Ghana. What? That's the brother. Same genetics. Same skin. He damn near got the same skin tone as me. Same phenotype. Well, I ain't gonna say same phenotype. Black people definitely got different phenotypes when they come to each other. But you see the genetics, nigga. And you know he got him a little fade, but if he grow his hair out, you know that shit gonna be nappy as hell. Come on now. That's the brother. And I used to have that mindset thinking African people and black people in America was different. No, the fuck, I had to get that out of my head. No, the fuck we not. When I had to look at myself, my hair, and look at them and their hair, I'm like, nah, nigga, that's us. They just speak a different language. That's my brother right there. So to all you niggas that be saying, oh, African people different from us. Oh, the motherfuckers over there in Brazil and all that shit, in the Middle East, they different from us. No, the fuck they're not. Why? If they were different from us, why do we have the same hair type and the same skin, nigga? Most black people are O negative.
Thank you, David.
So before we talk more about this historic vote at the UN, let's just look at what the resolution says. The resolution calls the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. It calls for UN member states to engage in dialogue on...
See what I mean? See, look, I knew it. They want the United States to apologize and give reparations. I knew it. I don't want I told y'all, the only reparations we should have is these niggas leaving. I don't want none of your money with these slave master. Bro, this is a fucking slave master on this bitch, bro. I don't give a fuck about your money. Leave. We can get our farms back in motion. We can get our barbecue and family reunions back in motion. We can get everything back in motion, nigga. We don't need y'all. We don't need your money. We don't need your system. We just need some land, some water, some shelter, which we can build on our own. Free electricity, because we know how to do that on our own. Look at Nature Jab with the plastiline. We don't need you niggas. Just leave. We don't want nothing. The only reparations a black Americans should be asking for is all Europeans to leave. Leave the country. You're not from here. You came and invaded here when we were already here. And when you couldn't whoop our ass physically, you had to use viruses and smallpox infected blankets and shit. And raping some of our women and letting them go back to the village with these she doesn't know what's in her body. She's sick all of a sudden. Now this sickness is spreading amongst her and her family in the village. Or let me not say village, but the city, because we didn't even have, well, we had cities. That's a white term made by white people. Us, we call them villages, homes, nigga. And our villages look just as, I'm gonna say, better than these cities they had, nigga. Anyways, come on now. Y'all remember the old world Tartaria? With the old buildings and ancient buildings and cathedrals and shit. That was our shit. When they showed you the World Fair in Chicago with the ancient structures and shit, like that was what we built. And then they destroyed all that. Go look up all the great fires that happened in America. Type in great fires that happened in America, especially the Great Fire of Chicago. Them niggas burnt a lot of our places, tore a lot of the same way they did Black Wall Street. They did that on a mass scale way before Black Wall Street. We had a lot of this shit around here. And niggas talk about the mud floods and shit about that. I feel like that's a different scenario, maybe. I don't know. Mud floods. I'm not too sure about that. A mud flood. I don't know how that would work. But I just feel like they destroyed a lot of shit. Used some of the rubble to build new shit on top of the old shit that we had.
The resolution.
But they want the United States to apologize. And it's crazy. The United States and Israel voted against this shit. They said that the United States and Israel said that slavery was not the worst crime in humanity. Wow. Y'all gotta go. Trump, y'all have to go. No. If the entire US government was black people, that shit would have been a yes. But since the government is mainly old, white, racist motherfuckers, of course they're gonna vote no. Y'all gotta go. So you mean tell me raping my people, they don't see us as humans, bro? I don't even, fuck that. We not humans. You right. You right. They could. It's called the 3/5 Clause Act, where the United States government they only recognize black people as 3/5 of a human. You're right. We are 3/5 of a human, and the other part of us is straight extraterrestrial. You goddamn right. We're beyond a human, nigga. We're beyond what you are. This shit got me heated, nigga. Y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. I'm looking at every one of y'all different now. I'm sorry. After this shit right here, even though I feel like they're trying to pander still, the United Nations, I feel like they're trying to pander, but still, the United States voting no in Israel on top of that, I'm looking at every white person different from now on. I promise you I am. Don't approach me, and I'm looking at any old white person. Oh, can you help me with this? I'm gonna ask them. Oh, you want me to help you get that? I got a question. During your time, how did you treat black people during your time in the 60s and shit when you was young? Oh, you know, I may have called them a few nigger. I'm not helping you get that shit off the wall. Get that shit yourself, old bitch. Old white bitch. I'm not helping old white motherfuckers no more unless I know. I'm gonna ask them their history first. I'm gonna ask them. If you an old white person and you 40 or greater, nigga, I'm gonna ask you. If you come to me asking for help, I don't care if the motherfucking world is ending and you need me to help you because you see a strong black man with some supplies and shit moving. Oh, can you help me? Oh, well, during the 1950s, you know, what was it like with you and my people? You know, what's some of the things you did? Oh, well, you know, I might have you done anything racist? You better not lie, because if you lie, I'm just gonna walk off anyways, even if you say, yeah, I treated him good, because I'm gonna just think you lying. Be honest. Oh, well, I may have called him a nigger a few times, and nigger, we can slide. I might slide that. But if you say something like, "Oh, I may have been involved in a picnic or a hanging," or you on your own. Get that shit off the shelf yourself, bitch. Walk yourself across the street, bitch. Old motherfucker. I can't do that to the young white people. That's because they just got here. You feel me? They just got here, and a lot of the young white people, the Gen Z white people, they are mad. A lot of them are mad. But so let me digress. To any white person that is not Gen Z, if you're a 30 and older, I'm looking at you completely different. But if you're a white person that's like 25 and younger, bro, we'll work it from there, because I know a lot of the young white people are mad at their own people. They're mad at the older generations of their people because they're like, fuck, y'all niggas don't left us with all this shit. Not only did y'all fuck up the world, not only did you fuck up the earth, but you left us with a group of motherfuckers that are now awakening to all the bullshit that has happened to them. And we gotta figure out, how can we work with these niggas without them? And remember, we ain't gonna do shit to y'all, but we need to figure out how we can work with them so that way we can survive. And and last but not least, y'all left us with these niggas. Y'all left us in a relation. Y'all left a relationship behind with these niggas that make them look at us different. So now we don't even know if we are gonna survive, because you don't fucked up the relationship with these divine people. So yes, I don't blame the Gen Z white people that's young, the white people that's 25 and younger. I do not blame them for being mad and heated, trying to speak up as much as they can for us and speak against their own people, because they know, bro. They know, like, damn, the older white generation, they died up, they about to be gone. And we are left with this. We're left up with a fucked up society. We're left up with a fucked up planet, and we've been left with we've been left with God's children who are anciently angry, and they're tired of us, and they just want us to leave. What the fuck are we gonna do?
Calls the transatlantic slave trade the gravest crime against humanity. It calls for UN member states to engage in dialogue on a full and formal apology, and for reparations as a concrete step toward remedying historical wrongs. The resolution also urges the prompt and unhindered restitution of cultural items to their countries of origin. 123 countries voted in favor of the resolution. 3 voted against it, including the United States. And 52 countries abstained, including the UK and all of the European Union.
Look at the Europeans. They abstained. So in other words, they didn't vote. They didn't vote yes or no. That's just, the ones that abstained, that's just as bad as a no. That's just as bad as a no. Of course, Europe and them gonna abstain from the shit. Of course, Europe and them gonna vote no. That's basically what the fuck they did. Because they know you took over a land that's not. Now this is. I will say the only good thing about this right here is now it's opening the door to more questions. Okay, if we know this is the greatest crime in humanity, then that also means you're on a land you're not supposed to be on, and you have to give it back. You have to give it back. You stole this land and you made this system. Not only did you steal this land, but you built this system, these cities, and all this monetary and bullshit, materialistic, stupid society shit. You built it off the blood of my people. You built it off the blood of my people. So now this opens the doors to, that's why I said this opens the doors to more questions. If this was the greatest crime in humanity and you didn't recognize that, y'all need to get these niggas up out of here then. And not only that, the United Nations. You know that the United States was the main ones involved in the transatlantic slave trade, and they voted no. That should concern y'all. That should concern y'all. If these niggas vote no, then y'all niggas need to get up out of seat then. Y'all niggas need to leave. All the niggas in the government need to be fired, left, and it just need to put us in there. Put me and my people in there. We got it. We gonna run this country into the motherfucking sky, nigga. Not into the ground. We gonna run that bitch into the sky. I'm telling you, this opens the door for more questions. So like I said, if now that the world recognized this was the greatest crime in humanity, we talking in humanity. Humans been around. Modern Homo sapiens been around for 200,000 years, nigga. Nigga, this shit, this shit was recent. This shit was recent. So they said this is the greatest crime in human history. We talking all the way back to the biblical times. This shit is funny. So we're talking all the way back to the biblical times, the Egyptian times, before they started colonizing the world and shit. They said that this was the greatest crime in humanity, nigga.
So, Isaac, let's start, though, with Ghana. How are people there reacting to the news?
So a lot of people have been following this particular campaign for a long time.
And not only that, it said, gravest crimes against humanity, inhumanity, whatever you want to say. But notice they try to put us with the humanity shit. We're not human, remember? They only recognize us as 3/5 of men.
Like 3 years ago, but this year it has been intense and people have been following, and a lot of celebrations in terms of people being happy about the fact that eventually their president was able to lead this campaign and the UN has adopted this resolution. So
hold on, my bad, Joe. I accidentally knocked my keyboard and shit over. Hold on.
The reaction has been positive. People have been happy about the development today.
And Isaac, Ghana has been pushing for this resolution for a while now. Tell us more about what's behind that.
So Ghana has been the epicenter really of this whole narrative about slavery because the country has several castles and forts, and many of them were used in this slavery trade that took place many centuries ago. And across the country, in fact, we have two of the key castles, the Elmina Castle and also the Kepo Castles, where people always come to visit to see the devastation that took place because of slavery. And we've seen this edifice there and trying to remember exactly how our forefathers actually had to struggle and be taken along the oceans to other parts of the world as slaves. It's something that really keeps people thinking. And I think that this drive or campaign for reparative justice actually is anchored on that we see the remnants of this and we think that something ought to be done, especially even with the issue of securing formal apology from countries that really carried out this particular activity and in a way having some reparative justice for victims. So this has been ongoing for 3 years now, and eventually we've gotten to this point, driven of course by the passion of the current president who wanted to get this resolution adopted.
I will say this though, even though I feel like they're trying to pander to us, I will say this though. Shout out to Ghana, man. Shout out to Ghana. Think about it. This is what I mean by those are our people, bro. Africa even recognizes us as our people, bro. Even though we speak different languages, them niggas still, not all the countries in Africa do, but majority of the countries in Africa, bro, especially like Kenya and shit like that, they recognize us, bro. And they look at us, they be like, those are our people over there. I guarantee you, if you was to go to Africa right now, bro, and I'm not saying you gotta go live there. I'm not saying you gotta go live there and you know, the motherland propaganda. I'm not saying that. But they do know that we share the same blood. They know that. They're not saying like, oh, you gotta come here like this is home. Ghana, most countries in Africa recognize that we were already here in America. Those are our brothers and sisters, but they're just on a different landmass and they've been running shit over there. That's what they recognize. They recognize that we've been running shit over here. And they recognize that a bunch of bullshit happened, bro. And they try to look out. Just saying, bro. It's a lot of things taking place. A lot of people think this shit getting fucked up. And then, it ain't nothing at all. You know, niggas just think the whole world fully fucked up and corrupt. No, bro. There are still angels moving around this bitch, bro. I told y'all this battle is different. Bro. There are things that are moving and happening and taking place around us that we can't see that is happening for our benefit. There are beings right now that are coming out of the ocean, that's related to us. Think of the movie Black Panther. Remember they had Wakanda, the secret civilization that nobody could find. Only they could find. They had their own UFOs and shit where they could fly around the world and help they other black peoples and shit. There's a Wakanda on Earth, but in the ocean somewhere, bro. Where the fuck you think these ships coming from? They can't fuck with them niggas that's in them ships. And they're not here to interfere with humanity directly. They can only interfere with us subconsciously. That's the only way they can interfere with us and shift the tides of the battle, bro. Or this war that we're in, cosmic war we're in. I don't even like to say cosmic war, but it's a training, a cosmic training we're in.
Isaac, let's listen to what UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said about it.
Today we reflect on a deep betrayal of human dignity, the abduction of millions of Africans, stolen from families and communities they would never see again. I've often said the transatlantic slave trade was a crime against humanity that struck at the core of personhood, broke up families, and devastated communities. I welcome the steps some countries are taking to apologize for their role in the evil of slavery and to join an honest dialogue about its...
You really... Make sure y'all can see this. Yeah. I want y'all to look at my face when I say this. You really think America, Israel, Spain, Europe, you really think they're gonna give an apology to us, nigga? Not just an apology, but reparations. And like I said, if they want to give us reparations, black people right now around the world, fuck money and all. We don't need nothing from them. We don't need nothing that was made by them. We don't need that. What we need as reparations is get the fuck out of America. Leave us alone. Just leave. Go back home. Leave. We don't want to see y'all hurt. We don't want to see y'all die. We don't want to see none of that. I can't say the same for the son, though. Because the son is our father. And the father is very angry on what you did to his wife, Mother Earth. I'm going to just say that. Father don't play about his wife. Y'all know that. A man don't play about his wife. And a man don't, and especially a man and a mother and a father don't play about her kids. They don't play about their kids, nigga. They don't. Y'all gotta take that up with the sun. Y'all gotta take that up with the sun and earth. So we don't want to see nothing happen to y'all, none of that. But I can't say the same for Mother Earth and the sun. Because they cranking up, nigga. They cranking up so much radiation levels and powerful weather phenomenons and events that's shredding niggas. Because remember, we're in a time now where nobody will be comfortable no more. Nobody will be comfortable no more. It's time to get uncomfortable, nigga. Straight up. It's time to get uncomfortable again. Oh, my bad. Wrong scene, y'all. Hold on. Here we go.
lasting consequences.
Now, Isaac, the resolution calls for reparations for slavery. Are there any specifics on who should be paying reparations to whom?
Okay, so in the
you see how that, I ain't gonna lie, the brother, this is what I mean by their pandering to us. You see how soon as that nigga said paying, he started smiling? Brother, that's not what we need. We don't need payments. The only way you can pay us is leave. Leave. Any country where your Caucasoid hens are at and energy is at, leave. That includes Africa too. Leave. Get out of our heads. Get out of our societies. Just let us go. Let us go and be on our own. That's why I said if the white people in America hated us so much, why didn't y'all just let us go after y'all made all the cities and shit? Like, oh yeah, we got what we need now. Fuck y'all niggas. No, they didn't do that. They said, oh, we got what we need now, and we need more. We need y'all to be a part of this system in order for it to live. We're genies. Anything that they put in our heads, it becomes a reality. That's why they had to beat the fuck out of us when they did manage to enslave us and put us in chains and shackles, which I still don't get how the fuck that happened. They beat the fuck out of us until niggas was so mentally weak, they were able to instill these bullshit ideas and religion and all that shit in our head. And then look, that's how America was born. America wasn't born because of white people. The America was born because of my people, bro. We were brainwashed to build this country brick by brick, nigga. Highway by highway, city by city. The fuck do you mean? This country was born off the blood of my people. They had to sacrifice our blood for this to even become a reality. If they would have never did that, this shit would have never existed. Let that sink in. Slavery is a big part of why these cities and shit exist right now. This was not long ago. Niggas say this shit happened. Oh, this shit happened a long time ago. No, it wasn't. Nigga, I got great 4 times great grandparents, nigga, that were probably slaves. At least on my granny side, bro. And the way they managed to get their freedom was by fighting for the U.S. military. There was only 2 ways you can get your freedom. Work your way out that motherfucker or join a military. And a lot of people on I recognize that on my granny side of the family, nigga. A lot of people on my granny side is in the military. A lot of people on my granddaddy side, they ain't like that. A lot of people on my granddaddy side from them streets, and they deal with farmland. There were sharecroppers on my granddaddy side. I'm just saying, bro. If white people really hate us so much, they really fucking despise us. We fucking barbaric savages, monkeys, and shit like that. We just everything you can name that's bad in the book. Why the fuck y'all won't let us go? Why the fuck y'all won't let us leave? Why the fuck y'all won't leave? After y'all beat the shit out of us, but you want to know why? Because when they let us go after slavery, guess what happened? Black Wall Street. Not just in Oklahoma, there were Black Wall Streets everywhere. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Oklahoma, Texas, Tennessee. They had their secret societies. We started developing our own secret society called the Elks Lodge. We used to be... I can't even get into it, bro. But anyways, like I was saying, they seen that. They seen how fast we can work without them. They see how powerful we can get without them. And they seen that we could do it faster and better than them. They didn't like that. So yes, they bombed us. Yes, they burnt a lot of our shit down. Yes, they killed a lot of us off, bro. And yes, they drugged us up. They drugged us up. They had to, with the food, with the crack, with the cocaine, with the tobacco, with the weed, with the alcohol. Well, I can't say weed is a drug, it's a herb. But you know, the alcohol, the social media now, they couldn't wait to get that social media into play. Because now they can control you here. They don't even gotta put a whip in the chain on you no more. Why you think the KKK stopped? When they couldn't wait to get that crack in the guns in our communities. Because now the KKK don't gotta get up no more. They couldn't wait to put police in the hoods. Because now they could just kill us legally. Woo! You see what I mean? That's why they don't want to let us go. They see how powerful we is without them. And they see how weak we are when we need them. Quit fucking playing with me, boy.
Reparations to whom?
Okay, so
Look how he smiles when he say paying. As soon as he said
Reparations to
paying.
whom?
Look, you see how he smile when a nigga say pay. Hey, you can't be mad at a nigga. No, hey, I can't be mad at a nigga. We got that Mr. Krabs mentality. We got that what's Julius? We got that Julius mentality. Y'all know Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. Boy, that's 10 cents. That's 10 cents of milk you wasting. Boy, you better not pour that shit down the drain. You better drink that shit. You feel me? We got that Mr. Krabs Julius. Anytime we hear about paying, nigga, that's just who we is. It don't. We like that when it comes with crops, nigga. Like, yeah, nigga, you put in that work, nigga, I got you 10 apples. Nigga be like, nigga, here 10 apples. Woo! You said you got 10 apples for a nigga today, Granny Smith? Oh, we cutting up here. Hey, when you want me to come back by tomorrow? How many apples you give me if I come back tomorrow and do the same thing? Oh, you give me 10? Oh, bet. We gonna keep doing it. You feel me? That's just how we is. We always been like that. Nigga, hear about some gold. Think about the Egyptian times. Yeah, nigga, I got a couple gold bars up in this bitch, you feel me? You feel me? I just want to put you on, nigga. I heard you've been putting on for me out here in the Egyptian streets, nigga. I got a couple gold bars for you. Nigga, here a couple gold bars, get the smile. That's just who he is. So I can't get too mad at the brother, you feel me? But as soon as the nigga heard pay, he starts smiling. I cannot be mad at my people, bro. We is fucking funny, bro. We is just naturally funny.
It's lasting consequences.
Now, Isaac, the resolution calls for reparations for slavery. Are there any specifics on who should be paying reparations to whom?
Okay, so in the resolution that was actually sent to the UN by the Ghanaian or the African team, I should say, the reparation, the demand is that it should be paid by countries that undertook this practice, and countries that also benefited from it. So, like you mentioned in your introduction, the US, of course, benefited. So they obviously should
Nigga,
also.
the US was the ones that orchestrated it. The United States of America, the United Kingdom of England, the United Kingdom, United States, the same colors on their flag. They might not have the same design, but they have the same colors. It's just one is actually a kingdom, aka a country, and the other one is a corporation and a scientific experimentation center. Oh, and then look at the once again, look at the number. Look at the number 1, 2, 3.
Partake in paying, and some European countries really who took part in this slavery trade, they ought to pay their reparation. Now, the question has been to whom, and of course, that has been one of the key issues why some countries like
U.S. excuse me, U.S. Israel and Argentina voted against it. Let that sink in.
like the US, or even, for example, the UK decided not to vote in favor. They, according to the team, they're not asking for money to be paid to African countries or governments. No, they're asking that they should be channeled into a fund that obviously helps to correct some of the imbalances that we've had in the current world because of the slavery, and also to be able to ensure that people.
He said to help with the current, and he said to help with some of the imbalance. Listen to that. To help with some of the imbalance. Because niggas always had the up in life. They benefited monetarily off that shit. Nigga, they still got some of that cotton to this day that we pick. We pick so much goddamn cotton, nigga. They still got some of this shit today that they using in Gucci and all that shit, clothes and shit we got now. What? You want to know why they use cotton? Do you not know the properties of cotton, nigga? Cotton literally absorbs the electrons out of your body, nigga. I mean, not electrons, my bad. The protons. Look it up. The proton, when you put cotton on your skin, it absorbs protons out of your body and transfers electrons in exchange, which basically, that proton is your positive energy, your positive spiritual manifestation energy. They took that, put it in them clothes, nigga. Y'all don't know most of the shit you rocking today was made by the hands of my ancestors, bro. Fuck. They picked that cotton, blood getting in the cotton and shit. That's their spirit, man. The sweat. The amount of hours they worked. The songs they chanted. Nigga picking that shit. That's why they want to move to polyester and shit now, because they know that that cotton shit hold a lot of energy to it. And if a lot of my people rock that shit, if a lot of my people got 100% cotton in their clothes, bro, best believe your ancestors is talking to you. Because that energy is in that cotton. Them protons is in that cotton. And the cotton holds on to that. And then when it touches your skin, that energy is transferred into your skin, bro. Y'all don't even know how deep this shit get. That's why they used to take our skin and wear it as leather boots and shit like that. Because they know that they trying to figure out any way possible to utilize our power to the maximum for themselves. And they can't. That's why they're really so jealous too. And that's why they so fucking hurt right now.
People who really have been victims of this slavery can be able to heal again and be able to rebuild, get the tools, the skills they need to be economically empowered, so that we can bridge this disparity when it comes to economic fortunes across the world. So that is really the model that they are trying to propose. They are not asking that the money is to be given to government, but they want it to go towards targeted campaigns that helps to correct some of the anomalies that has taken place because of the slavery.
And it sounds like that there would have to be a lot of discussions about exactly what those reparations would look like. Isaac, thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Let's go to the U.S. now. Gerald Horne is a professor of history at the University of Houston. He's published dozens of books, many of them about slavery, including The Capital of Slavery, Washington, D.C., 1800 to...
I ain't gonna lie to you, that nigga physical... I don't know about it. We gonna see how his spirit and his soul is when he talk. But just off of physical representation, that nigga look like he meeting business, nigga. He look like he used to slime niggas out back in his day.
1865. Gerald, so good to have you with us. What's your reaction to this resolution being passed?
Well, I think it's a significant step forward. Certainly, it'll be quite useful in the United States of America because, as you probably know, there is an ongoing struggle for reparations to the descendants of enslaved Africans. You may also know that the administration of Washington, D.C., speaking of that led by Mr. Trump, is unequivocally hostile to this question of reparations.
Damn.
And I would also like to give a note of celebration and victory, indeed, to the president of Ghana, Mr. Muhammad.
This is not a celebrate. We not celebrating yet, bro. We not celebrating yet. Not yet. Remember, like my nigga Piccolo told Krillin during the fight with Cell and shit and Goku, it's not over until it's over, Krillin. It's not over until it's over. So we can't celebrate yet. Like I said, I just feel like they pandering to niggas, bro, because they know their time is up. It's cooked. They waited too long. They lollygagged too long off them adrenochrome parties, bro. They creator gotta come now. Now this is where the game get fucking real, y'all. Y'all think I'm lying, bro? Just watch. Mark my words. The so-called Antichrist, this is a alpha draconian reptilian, bro. He has wings. He stands tall. Alpha draconian stand at an average 15 to 16 feet tall. This nigga stand 19 feet tall, nigga. Chiseled. Horns. But he's a reptilian. He's not a demon. He's actually I'm just saying, we already talk about it now in the modern day. We know these motherfuckers real. We know it's something here that we can't see, but other people have seen it and gave the descriptions, so we taking that. There's too many people that don't had too many encounters with these beings. I don't have encounters with them in my sleep, in my dreams. Or let me not say dreams, but astral travels, because that's basically what dreams is. You astral travel every night. Y'all know that. I know I already did a whole live on that, but yeah. These beings is very much real, nigga. And I'm telling y'all who he is. Yes. The so-called Lucifer, Satan, Yahweh, Enlil, Prometheus. He go by so many names because he has transferred his consciousness into so many different human bodies over time that done these things on earth. Great things on earth, if you want to call it that. Remember, this being is working from an unseen spectrum. Humans only see 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum called visible light. There's other shit that we can't see that these beings can literally shift the frequency of their physical vessel. That's how tuned in they are. These beings, we finna see how real this shit finna get. But first, we gotta see the truth. But yes, there's beings around you can't see because their bodies. When you die, you go into the astral body. That's a different type of body. It's just not a physical one. It's a fucking gaseous body or a plasma body, like celestial bodies, which is a star or a planet. You know, they call it bodies, nigga. There's different bodies out here, nigga. So you just on a different body that you take on a different spectrum that allows you to channel in your consciousness there. Because energy never dies. It transforms. It transmutes. Energy never dies. It just keeps going. And then it breaks down and then it builds up. Then it breaks down and it builds up. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's that simple. So your shit just get transferred basically to another body that's more fit for your conscious to channel in on that frequency of spectrum, whether it be whether it be UV spectrum, ultraviolet, infrared spectrum, radio wave spectrum, gamma spectrum. Nigga, there's other spectrums out there that's classified they won't even tell you about. You got omega spectrum, the alpha spectrum, the beta spectrum, the theta spectrum, the delta spectrum. Nigga, there's so many other spectrums. They not even naming for niggas. This shit get crazy. So yes, these beings are able to, and they're able to whatchamacallit, manipulate their ships to vibrate on these spectrums to where they sit in the sky. You can't even see nothing. It could be something above you when you walk outside. You wouldn't even know it because it's blending in with the blue sky. And we know that sky ain't our real sky for real. With all the spraying and shit they be goddamn doing in a so-called dome over us. When I hear a dome, I already know that ain't the real sky. We're encapsulated in something. Once that bitch come off, then we gonna see what's really in the sky. Which is already happening. You see niggas seeing fireballs. You see the sun and the moon is out at the same time. Nigga, every time I'm at work and I go on my lunch break. No, fuck that. My bad. Every time I get to work, I get to work around like 1 p.m. in the day, nigga. And when I go outside, the moon is out at the same time with the fucking sun. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is not normal. The moon should not be out at the same time as the sun. Literally parallel to it. They be right next to each other. It look like eyes looking at me. Oh God, when I look and I see the sun right there and then the moon is like literally a fucking 5 miles to the left, or I mean, of course not 5 miles to the left, because all I gotta do is just nudge my head this way and I see it right there. But yeah, you get what I mean. Like it look like eyes. It look like I'm looking at eyes, nigga. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, something is not right. Something is not right. Them bitches should not be out at the same time like that. As if an eclipse is coming. Because the last time I seen the sun and the moon out at the same time like that, we had that eclipse in 2024. But even then, before that eclipse, I was still seeing the sun and the moon out at the same time on many other different occasions. So when I see the sun and the moon out, I'm like, we ain't got no eclipses coming. They ain't say nothing about no eclipses. So why the fuck these motherfuckers out at the same time, like, and they getting closer to each other? Or I wouldn't even say getting closer to each other. The moon is following the sun. When the sun comes out, the moon is right behind it, following it. I'm like, why the fuck is the moon following the cycle of the sun? Is that bitch finally showing us a ship or some shit? I don't know. I don't want to get too deep. The moon is just the moon. We're going to keep it 3D for these niggas. But, yeah, the moon is following the sun. Because when the sun is setting, I'll see the moon right above it. And it'll be shining even more brighter because, you know, the sky getting a little darker. And, of course, the light from that direction is hitting the moon. So, you know, from the sun setting, it's going up and hitting the moon. And then, boom, you know, once the sun fully set, now it's just the moon out there. But after a while, the moon gone. So I'm like, that motherfucker got to be following the sun. There's some strange shit going on, bro. So, like I said, back to this being. They got to introduce, dog about to introduce himself. This is getting real. I told you the mental warfare is, y'all got to see deep, man. This is finna be so much mental fuckery going on. We already see them with the AI. Niggas can't tell what's real on the internet no more. We don't even know if this shit right here real. They probably just built some AI shit. These niggas never voted on this shit and just got niggas. You feel me? You never know. You never know, gang. Am I saying this shit here fake? No. I'm just saying, hey, with the capabilities of AI now, we in that stage, bro. You have to be equipped here. You have to have the gaze protected. You have to already be on game. Some of the shit that y'all seeing happening now, you should have been known about this shit. I'm gonna be real with you. You should have known about the shit about 10 years ago, 5 years ago at least in 2020. If niggas just now catching on and recognizing most of the shit now in 2026, your ass is gonna be fried. And what I mean by that, shit, the mental games that's about to be played so hard, you're gonna get pulled into some shit that you gonna regret getting pulled into. I promise you. This is not physical anymore, my people. Look me in my eyes and my soul when I say that shit. I'm a soul, bro. Yes, I have a physical body, but my soul is communicating to y'all like a fucking Courage the Curly Dog, bro. When Courage the Curly Dog could see shit that Muriel and youth, how you say his name? Euphis, the nigga to be like stupid dog. They couldn't see the shit that Courage the Curly Dog was seeing because he was, you know, they say animals and babies see spirits. So yeah, niggas seeing the shit like, yo, hold on, y'all don't see this bullshit? That's how I am. And my soul is channeling in these different codes and frequencies through the form of vernacular tone, what we call language, and what we call the English language, which is what I'm speaking into you now. This is the best way I can formulate this to you in English term and on a human scale where niggas can kind of get grasp the shit that's taking place. This shit is more than just humans. This shit is more than just Earth. This shit intergalactic. This shit universal. This shit cosmic. This shit is multiversal. Y'all think it ain't, but it is. Different timelines do exist. Different realities and dimensions do exist. Earth is way bigger than what they're telling us. There are other countries out there more than just the 7. There are more than 7 continents. There are other civilizations out there. I told y'all one of them is underwater. One of them civilizations is underwater in the Atlantic Ocean. They're like Wakandans. Do they potentially breathe water? I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Maybe they do. They adapted to some type of way to make some biological suits where they can Why you think the dolphins, you hearing stories, it was a story recently, a nigga got kidnapped by dolphins. How? Hold on, we ain't even gonna go over that. We over the slavery shit. Let me show you how that shit real quick. Oh. So every country is recognized that was the greatest crime of humanity. Congratulations. Nobody's gonna do shit about it. This shit just gonna pass and go like it ain't happened. So, anyways, yeah. Man kidnapped by dolphins. How? How, Sway? How do you get kidnapped by? He went missing for 3 days. And then after this shit happened, a bunch of dolphins started washing up on the shore dead. They were killing those dolphins. Ooh, y'all fucking with, I'm telling you, these niggas fucking with some shit they don't. I'm telling you, it's finna get bad. You don't do no shit to no dolphins, bro. I know bottlenose dolphins is kind of crazy. I know they be like, I don't know. This might be true. It might not be. But they say dolphins be raping their, female counterparts and shit. And then they be playing volleyball with pufferfish. Because pufferfish, they poison gets them high. I mean, dolphins is, and they say orcas, dolphins, and whales, they all use what are they called? Damn, it's a kingdom name for all 3 of them. They're still mammals because they have blowholes and they have lungs. I forgot the name. I forgot the kingdom name for them. They all under one kingdom. Even though they different species, orca is different from dolphins, and dolphins is different from whales, and whales is different from orcas. They're all under one kingdom of species because they still basically related. But they all use 20% of their brain. Orcas, actually, in fact, orcas are some of the smart. They're like, orcas are giant dolphins. They're just giant Oreo dolphins. Oh, God, look. Hold on. Let me show y'all orca, bro. A orca, just a giant. Look, literally. It's a giant dolphin. You can't tell me that's a giant dolphin. A yin-yang dolphin, a giant Oreo dolphin. They cool. I ain't gonna lie, they cute. I ain't gonna lie, they adorable. But they'll fuck you up, too, though. I'm not saying killer whales actually kill people. I mean, there's like rare incidents. There's like few incidences I probably could count on one hand with orcas. But orcas are some of the smartest mammals on Earth. They say that orcas might be on the same conscious level as humans. They can cry, emotions, they can think, they can talk. Because they say orcas have the most wrinkled brain. They're the only mammal on Earth or animal on Earth with the most wrinkled brain. That means the more wrinkled your brain is, the more intelligent you are. And the more fucking neurons you can fucking use, and the more parts of your brain that you can use. Because they say that they use 20% more of their brain than humans, which is, that means they would be smarter than us, right? I'm just saying. Ooh, no telling what them niggas be doing in that ocean. We don't know what the fuck going on in that ocean because they don't tell us shit. They don't tell us shit. They don't study them niggas long enough to know what them niggas be doing in the ocean when they not looking. So yes. And they do consider orcas a whale, killer whale. And see, they call them killer whales. You see how they try to put a bad name on them? When I used to hear killer whale, I ain't gonna lie, I don't fear these niggas because I know they mean no harm. But I do respect them niggas. You always respect nature because nature is wild. What does wild mean? Unpredictable. An orca could come and probably like nibble on you, but he don't know his fucking power, so he accidentally break your fucking leg. And you like, oh shit. And then he like, oh shit. And then he swim up out of there like, fuck. And then he can't help. Well, I don't know if he'll swim up out of there. He'll probably help you because them niggas is smart. But yeah, you know, it's no different than you. It's no different than a human trying to pick up an ant. You're like, oh shit, little nigga, little niggas down there fighting. You try to pick up one that's separated, but you actually squished the little nigga because you didn't know you not controlling the amount of your force. You gotta control your energy. It's like Goku when he on a fucking planet fighting Cell. He has to control the amount of energy he puts into a Kamehameha because if he puts too much into it, he will blow up the earth. So he has to control his energy. You see what I'm saying? So you have to have ki control. That's what I'm looking for. So, you know, if a nigga don't got ki control, you gonna fuck around squish the shit out that ant trying to pick it up. But if you press down enough where you can feel it microscopic, you can feel shit microscopically. Trust me, you'll be able to pick him up just enough where you don't squish him. And the little nigga looking at you like, nigga, put me down. What the fuck? You're giant as hell. What am I looking at? So it's no different than you go in the ocean and a big ass whale pull up on you, nigga. A 60-foot whale, 30-foot whale, the size of a bus, nigga, pull up on you. And he curious, like, oh shit, what is this? I ain't never seen this shit in the ocean before. Is that those humans? That's all human, nigga. And then, you know, he see you struggling to swim, so he try to help you, you know, by nibbling your leg and pulling you, you know, probably somewhere to shore or whatever, or put you on his. We don't know what these niggas do, but you know, he accidentally grab your leg with too much force and break your shit. You feel me? And you freak the fuck out, and like I said, the orca freak the fuck out because he don't got ki control. You dig? So, that's you gotta remember everything on a microcosm happens on a macrocosm. You feel me? We are still small creatures, bro, as beings. And I respect nature enough to know that thing there is still a wild creature. I would just watch from a distance. Like, what's up, my nigga? What you got going? I see you out there in the ocean. I might, if I got some fish, nigga, I'll throw some out there for him. Nigga, like, it's an offering to you. You feel me? Trust me. Them niggas know what's up. You go, oh, shit, that nigga, who that just threw that in that water? I seen that shit from like 30 miles away. He comes swimming up, nigga. I'm like, oh shit, he pulling up, and then he blow his blowhole for me. Cool, I know he mean business. You feel me? So yeah, these are some orcas are potentially some of the smartest creatures on Earth. Nigga was kidnapped by dolphins. I don't know how the fuck this work. We finna look at this shit, but just make it make sense, coach. He was gone for 3 days. So funny. He was gone for 3 days, and he finally came up. And then after that, they started killing those dolphins, bro.
Man has gone super viral after claiming to be kidnapped by dolphins and forced to build an underwater city for them. Now dolphin experts have weighed in, the police have got involved, and the internet has had a field day, generating enough memes to power an entire dolphin metropolis. So what is going on here? We have the full story and all the funniest reactions and memes right here, as always, on Scroll Deep, with me, Benedict Townsend, the show that keeps up with internet nonsense so you don't have to, so make sure you're following. A man named Ricky James Hollowell, Hollowell, claimed he was kidnapped by dolphins, the lovable shellfish.
Let me go to I think I watched this on Dre OG channel. Hold on. Because they said dog was kidnapped by dolphins, and then a bunch of them washed up on the shore. A bunch of them washed up on the shore like a week later. Dead, basically. Damn. Okay, go back. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go back one more time. Look, they said it's fake. That's crazy. But the nigga was gone for 3 days. Kidnapped by Gerald the dolphin. Damn, niggas don't make
A man claims dolphins kidnapped him and forced him to build an underwater city. He was found on a beach soaking wet, dehydrated, and drawing strange diagrams in the sand. He told deputies a pod of dolphins took him while he was swimming and brought him about 40 feet underwater, where they made him help build structures. He said the dolphins communicated with clicks, had a leader named Gerald, and somehow helped him breathe underwater. After 3 days, they released him and warned they would return for phase 2. Doctors later found seawater and marine particles in his lungs, raising questions about what really happened.
That's what they say. Now watch this, right? Watch this, right? Hold on. Man, I just seen that shit. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. 2 weeks ago, 18 dead dolphins. Come on now.
Right now, Florida wildlife officials are trying to figure out why more than a dozen dead dolphins washed ashore in the Panhandle.
And more than 18 deaths have been reported so far this month. The Florida Panhandle Marine Institute says that the majority of those deaths occurred in Bay and Gulf counties.
Damn, rest in peace, my guy, bro. I don't know who that was, but I know a soul and a spirit was in there, man. Rest in peace, my guy. Living as dolphins, bro, gotta be the most, bro. That's why I said if I was to come back as something, I would want to come back as a tiger or a panther, an elephant, an eagle. And if I'm in the water, I would come back as an orca, because they're the apex predator. Y'all don't understand that. Orcas are the apex predator of the ocean. Look it up. It's not sharks. Sharks are scared of dolphins. I never knew this. I found this out when I was maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. God, it was not that long ago. But sharks and dolphins, niggas, sharks are scared of them niggas, and they scared of orcas. Orcas be eating them. I was like, damn, it's kind of fucked up. But the difference between an orca and a shark, an orca is a mammal. And if an orca is a mammal and it be eating seals and shit, that means it's what? A carnivore. That means, shit, nigga, that fish ain't too bad neither. Niggas quit playing with them, nigga. So they be eating sharks. Niggas be finding half-eaten sharks coming up on the ocean and shit. I mean, coming up on the shores and shit. And they be like, what the fuck? And it turns out it be orcas that be clapping them niggas. And I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't know that. So yeah, and I think they scared of dolphins too, because I think dolphins be like jumping them or some shit. I don't know. It's crazy. So I feel like living as an orca, for sure, gotta be the most insane adventure, bro. They probably see some of the most beautiful and the most craziest shit in them oceans, man. But rest in peace, my dolphins, bro. Rest in peace, young Dolph right here, bro. And I don't mean that as no joke, but like, rest in peace, my nigga Dolph right here, bro. They did him wrong. They got Gerald. They want the city. Y'all murdered him because that man said he was kidnapped by dolphins. Facts. Maybe they said from that waste spillage that was accidentally dumped into Sarasota Bay this month. What? But yeah, they killed those dolphins, man. So it's getting real. So I just want y'all to let that sink in. That nigga was gone for 3 days in the ocean. How did you survive 3 days underwater without drowning? They said they did find a little bit of sea particles and marine particles in his lungs. They did find that shit in a little bit of water fluid, whatever. But he was somehow able to survive. He said the dolphins somehow helped them breathe underwater. How? That's crazy. What the fuck is them? And he said they communicate with clicks and sounds. So the dolphins communicate with sonar. They almost kind of communicate like bats. They use not sonar. What is it called? They use echolocation. They use echolocation, and basically that is a form of telepathy. You feel me? That's a form of telepathy. So they communicate, you know, using their brains, bro. They talking to each other in their heads, and they were somehow able to talk to him in his head because, of course, they use more brain power than a mere human. And they were able to talk to bro. And they was like, nigga, we need you to help us build this city. They must have built that shit fast as hell, nigga. 3 days? So it took that nigga 3 days to build that city. What the fuck they built? And they said we will come back in for phase 2. And before they could do that, a bunch of dolphins wash up on the shore dead in that same area where this nigga was found missing at. You can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up, gang. I promise you. You can't make this shit up. So, that's all I got for y'all today. I appreciate y'all. I value y'all. They talking about reparations. It took niggas 500 plus years to finally realize what was done to us. I told y'all they're panhandling to us, bro. They want us to be on their side when shit hit the fan and when they creator get introduced. And they want niggas to not. They fear the fact that since we're arising now and once we reach the true peak of our ascension mentally, they think we're gonna do the same. When we finally wake up to the truth and the embarrassment on our people, when we recognize the embarrassment on ourselves from letting the shit happen to us the way it did, they think we're gonna try to do this. They think we're gonna try to fucking crucify them niggas. Well, that's not the case. We just give the two. We're gonna actually come to two options. We're gonna be like, okay, if y'all don't want to leave, we're all gonna leave and take our ass somewhere else. As a whole, we're just gonna leave and take our ass somewhere else and do our own thing. A separation is taking place, bro. It is. A separation is taking place. And it's not division or anything. It's just it's like nature. You don't see rhinos hanging out with fucking tigers. You just don't see that. Tigers gonna be with the tigers, or lions, my bad. Lions gonna be with the lions, rhinos gonna be chilling with the rhinos. Now you might see some rhinos and fucking elephants kind of close to each other in the cut, you know, kicking it around. Because they recognize each other and they know they kind of come from us. They like cousins, bro. You're like, hey, nigga, you a dinosaur, ain't it? Hell yeah, nigga, you was back in the BC times as a mammoth, right? Hell yeah, you know, I used to rock that fur mink on me, nigga. $1,000 coat Gucci. They took it from me though, you know, times change, nigga, so I had to adapt. Oh yeah, nigga, nigga, I was a triceratops, nigga. Oh, you feel me? So that's how it is. They recognize that shit on an ancient level. You might see a giraffe in the cut with some elephants. I'm not saying hanging amongst them, but they might be nearby because they understand each other. They know that they know that they're not hostile to each other. I don't gotta eat a giraffe. We're all They also understand we're all herbivores. They know that the rhinoceros is a herbivore. They know that the giraffe is a herbivore, and elephants is a herbivore. They're like, shit, nigga, we ain't gotta eat shit. We just kicking y'all over there, y'all, but we still not gonna be mixed in though, because we understand. We are elephants, y'all are giraffes. Same with even cats, tigers. I mean, not tigers, but I mean, yeah, I guess you could say tigers and lions. If you was to take a lion and put it in a tiger's environment, nigga, they would get the fighting. They would get the fighting. And no, you would never see a male tiger or a female tiger mate with a male lion or a female lion. You would never see that in the wild. Because they live in two completely different environments. And even if you was to force them in the same environment, nigga, they'll fight until they die. Because they know, nigga, like, what the fuck? Like, you look like me, but, nigga, where are you from, nigga? Shit, nigga, I'm from Africa, nigga, what's up, nigga? Oh, nigga, I'm from these Thailand streets, nigga, don't play with me, nigga. Or I'm from these, do we got tigers in the Americas? I think, like, Mexico, maybe? Brazil? I think so. No, I think we got panthers. We got panthers, my bad. America's got jaguars and panthers and shit. We got the Black Panther, nigga. Let's go. But yeah, even a panther. If you was to put a panther next to a lion or a tiger, nigga, they will get the squaring up. They will get the squaring up off rip, nigga. Like, oh nah, nigga, who is you? Nigga, one of us gotta go. Cause what you doing here? That's how they get down. That's just the animal world. They're gonna defend themselves. They're gonna see something that ain't them and they're gonna get territorial. They're gonna see something that looks similar to them, like, yeah, I know you a cat, nigga, but you not the same cat as me though. We different, nigga. And they probably gonna get down. They might chill, but you'll never see that shit though. I'm sorry, you just won't. It's the reason why things are set up the way it's happening, and that's what's happening now on Earth. We're about to be separated the same way nature is. Niggas can be in a cut over there, like, okay, we know y'all cool, but we still not. We gonna be with ours, and y'all gonna be with y'all's, and we gonna do what we need to do for our own, so that way we can indirectly help the next species, so that we can all make it to the next sunrise, bro. That's what this all about. The ants help the fucking bees, and the bees help the ants. The fly, and goddamn it, the flies help. They eat shit. They eat the shit that we don't want to touch, deal with, and you feel me? They gonna clean that. Vultures, nigga. They gonna clean that shit up. They gonna get that shit up. Gone, decomposed. Ashes, atoms. It's that simple. Everything is designed a certain way to help something symbiotically. It's called a symbiotic relationship, not a parasitic, symbiotic. Nigga, there are frogs. You can Google this right now. There are certain spiders. There are certain species of spiders, big ass tarantulas basically, that will let frogs chill with them in their den. Because they know that frogs eat bugs. They won't eat that motherfucking tarantula though, because that bitch gonna kill it. But he like, hey, they'll let small species of frogs live in their den for safety and protect their eggs. And then the spider will guard whatever, big predators that can eat the fucking frog. It'll guard that nigga. Look it up. It's called a symbiotic relationship. Because they know, like, nigga, we got to help each other make it to the next day. Now, that's kind of crazy. A spider and a frog duo is kind of crazy, though. But you see it all the time, though, in nature. You'll see a lot of symbiotic relationships where two completely iconic-ass species of animals will just link up and get on some dynamic duo shit like Kobe and Shaq. And then once the season over with for what they need to do, they separate. You feel me? They go about their ways. And they're like, hey, you good now. I'm out of here, boy. I'll be back here next season when you got them babies again. You feel me? Or, one of your younglings grew up and now they like you and I got to come back. And when my younglings grow up and they come, you feel me? It's instilled in them. And that's the same thing we're going to be brought back to on this planet. As a species, gang, a human species. We're very much involved in nature just as every other animal out there, bro. We think we're separate from nature. We think we above nature. We think we above the animals. We think we above the rocks, the water. No, we not. We're one with it. We ain't above it. We ain't below it. We're one with it. And we're being aligned back in place to become how we were, to be one with the nature again, with Earth. Because when you connected to the planet, you're not connected to the solar system. When you're connected to the solar system and the sun, you're not connected to all the other suns across the Milky Way. And when you're connected to all the other suns across the Milky Way, you're not connected to all the other suns across the fucking intergalactical space, to other galaxies. You're cosmic. I can keep going. Then to the universe. Multiverse. Your skin and blood, DNA is made of stardust from other realities. What? Do y'all see that's where your superpowers gonna come from? But a lot of people not ready to tap back into that Earth yet. Niggas don't want to see these streets and cities go. They don't want to go back to the country. I'm so glad I was raised in the country, nigga, for like 12 years of my life, because I love the country. I miss it. Well, I can't say I miss it, nigga, because the country not too far down the street from a nigga, and I'm good. I'm seeing all kind of big ass butterflies, squirrels and shit, giant bees and shit trying to pull up on me. Like, yeah. But niggas don't want to see these cities go. They scared to see that Earth and them bugs and all that shit again. You gonna have to deal with it, bro, because that's what we're going back to. It's that simple. We're going back to that. And once you become one with the Earth again, you will now know how to read the stars again. Once you know how to read the stars again, you know how to navigate the planet again. Once you tap back into the magnetite crystals in your brain in your pineal gland, you can now connect to the electromagnetic field the same way that birds can. Now you can navigate the planet the same way the birds do. Know when the seasons change, know when the poles change before they even change. You feel the shift in the ground 5 days before the earthquake even hit. Woo! Come on now, that's real superpowers. What you talking about? Miss me with this shit. Y'all niggas not ready. Niggas talking about they want superpowers and shit. You're not ready yet. You gotta take care of nature again first, baby. We babies right now. We gotta take it one step at a time. We just now learning how to walk again before we can run. And it's gonna take a little learning. It's gonna take a little learning on running before we can get to flying. But right now we walking. And we gotta take it one step at a time before we can run. We gotta be one with the earth, bro. Once we been one with the earth, now we one with the sun again. Once we one with the sun, nigga, we one with the solar system and the other planetary bodies that surround us. We can now feel more energy signatures across the planet. That's more than these 7 continents that we see and that we're on. And that only energy signatures that we know of. And when I mean by energy signatures, other civilizations. We the only civilization that we know about. 7 continents that we know about. Cool. So there's nothing in the ocean? Okay, whatever. There's nothing in these caves under our feet in these subterranean? Okay, whatever. Also, you telling me it ain't no other continents around this bitch? It's just, oh, okay, whatever. That's cool. You feel me? And not only that, the earth being flat around, bro, it's both. I just end niggas there. They be like, you think the earth flat around? It's both. They be like, huh? Yeah. What you mean it's both? I don't know. I just know what I know, bro. And I'm not gonna break it down to niggas. This shit been broken down many times by me. I don't know how many times I can break it down. All I can tell you is the earth is way bigger than you think. So that's why the rim appears as if we're on a flat plane. But we're not on a flat plane, G. We're inside something. I'm gonna just put it like that, gang. We're in a certain location on this planet. And remember, there's a dome, right? There's a firmament. That would mean we're quarantined off somewhere. They say we're under a giant ocean. We're in Tiamat. They say we're under a giant ocean. And there's up the surface, then you can see the real. I'm just saying this, and there's other civilizations inside this giant ocean. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying that's theories. The ocean in space is very, very similar. You can't breathe in space. You can't breathe in water. Space is dark as hell. The ocean is dark as hell. When you go down there deep enough, it's dark. Why you think when they go in space, you stop seeing stars at a certain point? They don't be showing you no stars in space. When you come down to the atmosphere low enough, now you see all them stars and shit. Which I believe might be satellites or ships or some shit. I don't know. But when them niggas be up there deep in space, nigga, you don't see no stars. Niggas just see the earth and the sun. Why is that? That shit dark as hell, just like the ocean. You move slow in space like the ocean. You float in space, you float in water. I'm just saying, stop me when there's no more similarities. Most of the space, 80%, 70% of space is hydrogen. What is hydrogen? Water. 70% of the fucking earth is what? Water. I'm just saying. 3 billion years ago, Earth was an all-water planet before there was even land. What is really going on? These just theories, though. Y'all do your own research. I did mine. You could choose to believe there's a space the way they tell you. But I'm just saying, we might be closed off in a certain location on a planet way bigger than we think, bro. The ocean is way bigger than we think. The sky is blue as well, like the ocean. So just imagine that. If the dome was to come off, would it be just nothing but waterfall on top of us? Who knows? But I know we're enclosed off in a certain location on a planet that's way bigger than we think. And this planet is not flat. It definitely is round. To a similar extent how they show you with the NASA pictures. But most of them pictures not how they look, though. They fake. Like like Jupiter and shit like that, Uranus and shit with that. Now that's how planets kind of look. Because that's the torus field around the planet. And the color he emits. Have you noticed the planets are similar to the chakra colors? The planets is very similar to the 12? My bad. 8 planets? I don't know. But I forget. Because they took Pluto off and all kind of shit. And then they talking about it's a 13 planet or a 10 planet. Planet X. Yeah, planet 10. So 10 planets. 9 planets. Yeah, they took Pluto off. So 8. 9, whatever I say 9 planets, because we're gonna consider Pluto planet. We're not gonna do little Pluto like that. Hell no. But yeah, they similar to your chakra colors. Some planets is like Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. There are things on those planets. That's what they're not telling you. Mars, there's a subterranean species on Mars, nigga. They tell you that niggas died on Mars and then came all the way to Earth. No, gang, that's not what nigga said. Some Martians came from, because that's a story that they give in all these movies and shit, and that's the shit we hearing from all these different spiritual niggas and all this kind of shit and crazy shit. No, niggas did not leave there and come here, nigga. The environment got the way they got. It gets like that at a certain season in the solar system has seasons. They say that Mars now has water on it again. Yes, because it's about to become the same planet, just like how Earth was. Mars used to be like Earth. They tell you that in science. Mars used to be like this, used to be like Earth a very, very long time ago. But it's now reached a season where its atmosphere and its poles changes a certain way, where the surface environment becomes uninhabitable. But the underground environment is different, though. You see what I'm saying? The underground environment is different, though. So there is beings up there doing their little shits, but they underground, though. But now Mars is finally reaching the season where I like to call them solar seasons. It's kind of similar to how season is on Earth, but it's more like a galactic season where certain things, the sun poles flip and changes up the atmosphere of the heliosphere, which encases all 8 planets, and we move with the sun. The sun is caught in our orbit. I mean, we're caught in the sun's orbit, aka the heliosphere. So it's like atoms. They orbit each other. So we're just smaller atoms orbiting the big main core of this bitch, which is the sun, the nucleus. And the heliosphere has changed to a certain way where now Mars is now starting to produce shit that can now make it a habitable environment. It would water. I'm telling you right now, water will start to appear on Mars very soon. That's why you think Elon Musk want to get there? Y'all think I'm just making shit up? I'm just saying. Why do you think these just theories, calculated theories? But Elon Musk want to get to Mars for what so bad? Why? SpaceX and all this shit. He want to get there so bad. SpaceX. Everything about the X-Flare, X-Gene, nigga, because the X-Gene is waking up. Jean Grey. The Phoenix Force. Come on now. So anyways, why do you think he want to get to Mars so bad, bro? Because they know that motherfucker about to be habitable. And they know that bitch finna be looking like Earth real soon. And then you gotta remember, Mars is further away from the sun than we are. The Goldilocks zone is being what they call the Goldilocks zone. See, the Goldilocks zone, me and my people don't gotta worry about that. The Goldilocks zone for them, though, that's why they even call it that. The Goldilocks. Who's the only motherfuckers that got Goldilocks? Not my people. I mean, yeah, we can make Goldilocks if we blonde our locks, but nah, we know who they talking about. Them niggas need these specific requirements in order for their vessels to maintain this solar energy, but this solar energy is increasing. Now it's becoming, the Goldilocks zone is slowly being pushed back, kind of closer to Mars. So now Mars is now about to start producing a lot of shit where it can be, and this happens every now and then. It pushes up and it pushes back. It pushes up and it pushes back. It pushes back. It's just Earth, and now Earth is going to become a more tropical based realm. Winter will no longer exist. Y'all think I'm lying? Give it a couple more decades. Give it a couple more. What? What's decade? Couple more decades? Yeah, a couple more decades. 50, 60 years. Earth will become an all tropical environment. It will be just as hot as it was when the dinosaurs was around. And go look at those temperatures, nigga. But it's going to become an all tropical environment. Everywhere on Earth is going to be tropical. Remember, Antarctica used to be tropical. They tell you that Antarctica used to be a tropical environment. That's what we're going back to. That's why things are heating up on the planet. It's going back to a tropical state because it has to eliminate whatever the fuck is going on this planet with these parasitical invaders, because they're making the planet sick. So the planet fighting back. So now that that's happening, and now the sun is recognizing, hey, one of my planets is sick. What's going on? Okay, we finna crank up the motherfucking solar system real quick. Now the Goldilocks zone is being pushed up. And then after a while, it'll push back. You feel me? It'll push back. And then we might see some shit like this spawn again. Who knows? But yeah, that's why they want to get to Mars so bad, bro. But all the planets, there's something on these planets. We're not alone in the solar system. I just want to let y'all know that. Niggas think we've been alone in our solar system this whole time. It ain't nothing on Jupiter. It ain't nothing on Saturn. It ain't, for fuck's sakes, nigga. Your Neptune is an all-water planet, nigga. I think it's either Neptune or Uranus. One of the two. It's literally an all-water planet. Nigga, Saturn has a couple moons that are habitable. Like, things could be living on there. Things, there, I think is it Titan or is it it starts with an EU. Almost like Euphoria or some shit like that. But it's a planet, Europa. That's what it is. Europa. Go look that up. That's a moon. And I think on the top is ice, but under it, it's an ocean. But the ocean is kind of warm enough where life could be living there. That whole planet is just, that whole moon is just ocean. So I'm like, God damn. We don't know what the fuck could be out there. Just because those planets don't have the required suitable environments for us doesn't mean it can't create a species that can withstand a species with conscious sentience and sapience that can withstand that environment. Don't underestimate the fucking cosmos. Don't underestimate the universe. You don't know what could be made out here that could withstand those environments and live there. And we don't really even know what's going on those planets to begin with. We just take what they tell us. For all we know, it could be something, like I said, there's shit on Jupiter, Saturn. Saturn is where a lot of shit. Notice Saturn is a 6-letter word. Saturn is the 6th planet away. Saturn has a 6-sided hexagonal vortex on top at the North Pole of it. Saturn has rings around it. I'm just saying. It has rings around it. And Saturn is associated with a lot of worship, with the black cube worship, the black cube. Because a hexagon can also create a cube on a 3-dimensional scale. If you look at it properly. You gotta have an eye for this kind of shit. But the black cube worship, a lot of things on this planet deals with Saturn. Saturn is also known as Kronos. Kronos is also known as Father Time. Saturn is also associated with the demiurge. I can keep going all day about Saturn. And I'm saying, and Saturn has a couple moons where things could be existing on those moons that don't made their way here and infiltrated this bitch before we could even knew we was infiltrated. I'm just saying. Do the research on what's going on with these different planets, what moons they got, and what's going on with their moons. I always been about space since a youngin', nigga. Comets, nigga. Meteorites, asteroids, solar system. It just always fascinated me on what the fuck else is out there. Because I knew I wasn't. I just automatically knew a nigga wasn't from here. You feel me? All right, like, I just knew there was something more to me. I ain't gonna say ain't from here. Because it's one of my mini homes, nigga. But a nigga just knew he was more than what was being told by what the fuck, whatever this is here with us on this planet. I just knew it was something more to life, more to just Earth and the solar system, more, or not just not even just the solar system, more than just Earth. I knew there was some other shit going on out there. They talking about this other habitable planets a couple light years away. I'm like, ooh, light years. That's like 1,000. 1 light year is 1,000 years in human time. So like, damn, I know it's a way we can do this shit. I always just knew it was something out there because they show it in the movies and shit. I'm like, you don't make this shit up. Where y'all getting these scripts from to even make these kind of movies? And listen to some of the shit that they are reading in these scripts or that they're saying. Listen to some of the shit that they are saying is so deep. The messages are so deep. I'd be like, damn, what would make them put such a deep quote in a movie like this? Now they're talking about releasing UFO files to y'all. They finally want to release that shit. A scientist just went missing about UFO. Reparations? No, I'm done. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay tuned like always. I'll be back with another one. One love, make universal love, y'all. I'm out.